Go somewhere else.
Someone's notifications got cut off. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much
Let
for
me
the
check
gifted
someone else.
sub.
Scream me right now then.
Wait, no, was it a gifted sub? It was probably
Ooh,
just a
the
sub.
sip. My apologies.
Hi, all. Hello, everyone. Oh,
That
is not how my stream starts, dude. Oh.
Lovely.
Maddening.
Okay.
Absolutely maddening.
No. The clapping. Do the roar. All right, we're rating. I'm starting to rate at least.
No!
Fuck off.
You need to not do
Happy
that!
boy now. All right, let me mute up. Everybody say bye to stream.
Bye,
Bye, stream.
Or see you later, I guess. That would be more accurate. Well, get fucked.
Hello, everyone. Please excuse me while I fix shit. I haven't had all of these bitches on a phone call at one time, and now I have to very quickly make up for that.
I just feel like this volume's just getting
Yeah.
Same.
I had to just put my freaking laptop sound louder. I was like, is it me?
Give it up, nerd up. Oh, I'm being shuffled. I can see my picture being shuffled.
Don't mind the shuffling, okay?
Just adjusting.
I am minding the shuffling very hard.
Don't mind the shuffling.
I am minding it.
Don't touch me.
Shit. I'm touching you.
Don't touch me.
I'm touching.
Fuck off.
No! No! No!
No, don't cover his receding hairline.
I will. Hello, Raiders.
What a surprise, it's Jay!
Oh my god, a raid! Oh!
Sure, kids.
Hello! There we go. Oh, okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Thank fuck. I finished that.
Let's see what you got going on.
Nothing sexy.
Look at everybody.
It will be
Whoa.
enough.
There is about 6 times sexy here. Okay. I don't know what
Hello, Raiders.
That's
Good to see you again, Mr. Kellicala. You get me talking to you for the next 2 seconds while I add a time check minute. Add new timer. Timer name.
It's fine.
You. Response. How often do
Fuck
they
you
have
too.
this? Like every 30 minutes?
Let me check. I think around 30 minutes. 30, 20 minutes.
Hi there.
Cloudbot.
People watching.
Timers.
During
Yeah, 30 minutes.
these streams, sound alerts will be disabled. I still have my Spotify playing.
Stop having your
You're on
Spotify
ambiance.
playing.
Some of this will be disabled.
You're not allowed to listen to modern music.
I was listening to Hollow Knight music. So fucking.
I think that still counts as modern.
No, it's coming.
Modernly made.
Modernly made, is correct. Sound alerts will be
Yeah.
disabled and responses.
You're only permitted to listen to modern music if it has a saxophone in it.
Minimal. The players.
Right.
We'll be focusing on the game. Thank you.
Man, I gotta keep my professional face on. There's people watching now.
Oh yeah.
You have a professional face.
Yeah, no. He has a. No, you don't have any guilt. I was gonna say you'd happily murder children on stream.
There is a difference between the role play and the real life. Fantasy versus reality.
Keep telling yourself that.
Oh my god.
And plus, you gotta admit that child deserved it.
Yeah, Damien didn't deserve shit. Okay. Hi, Fluffy.
I think he did.
Hello. You could have learned about that whole guy's backstory, but instead you chopped off his head. I'm not talking to you. Alright. I need everyone to
Well,
talk
maybe he shouldn't have been a prick.
individually so I can make sure that the Discord isn't spiking. KJ, you're up.
I am down, up, high, boy. I'm gonna be real close because I'm gonna be doing a lot of effects here soon.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down just in case then, because you're slightly high.
Yes.
Wonderful.
What's this that I'm here in the background? Oh, that's what it is. Who the fuck clicked play? Someone joined.
I didn't click play, I joined and it started doing things.
I joined it and started doing things. It's so funny. Okay, I gotta mute my shitty stream. Oh, look, there I am. Oh, it looks nice. It's good. It's pretty. Thank
It
fucking
does.
God. Wait, hold up. No.
No,
No.
no,
No.
not anymore.
Sorry, I was slightly too big and it was annoying me.
That's
so no. Possibilities are infinite.
There you go, I fixed it. I had to watch myself fix it and it annoyed me, but it's fine. Hello everyone. I've been such a terrible streamer, just ignoring my entire chat. Yes,
No, you're
you
not.
can't hear me because I'm not facing my microphone. I apologize. I was fixing things.
Child neglect happening in here.
No.
Mhm.
No.
I love Ruby's icon in the middle.
Oh, it was
Tony
deliberate,
is
my
just-
man.
Oh, so good.
You can't handle the whole of Colombo.
It sets the vibe,
Beautiful.
you know? We got the women sandwich.
The women's sandwich.
The women sandwich. Okay, let me make sure. Ah, I see. It's because of my limiters that I'm much more quiet than everyone else. Hold up. I turned my limiters
Unleash my
up
inhibitors.
because I'm a screamer. Hello.
Ayo.
Okay.
Hey, like my chat doesn't know already. Shush that. Alright, okay.
It's fine. It's got 18 plus listed in the stream title. We can officially say sex.
I physically cannot
Oh.
stream without the 18 plus one in, my dude.
You physically can't.
I physically cannot. I'm gonna get banned.
Forbidden by law.
Okay.
Twitch be wildin'. Broly, look.
Okay, Ruby sounds good. She speak for me.
Hello, it's me. Shishi.
Wonderful. Okay. Apple.
Hello.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
me.
Yes. And then, Warren. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
That wasn't
Can you
working.
hear me?
Say it again. Yeah, okay, you're perfect.
Okay.
I was like, okay, and Warren, and then I pulled out a bunch of shit to work on as you spoke. Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
I'm sorry, man. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready, Mr. J.
Okay. Oh boy.
Fuck up.
Are y'all ready for this?
Oh no.
No.
You're gonna do great.
Let me open the right folder. And we can begin.
Will the should I add like an audio fin for the watch together?
Yes, stream would. It would be better if stream could hear it.
Yeah, I'd prefer it. I'll do that.
The rest of you get in here. I sent a link in the general
Everyone.
on the server. So click the link and just leave the watch together in the background so that you can listen to some ambiance.
Let me know when you pull. Oh well, I'll be able to hear when you fucking play it when I.
I'll just keep on playing one in the background.
We
You can-
joined the room?
Yeah. In the room. There we go. That's 5. One
Hey
more.
chat, can you hear that? All right.
Who's missing?
Oh,
Okay, who is not in the room?
$20 is
Uh,
wrong.
Fuck you too.
I love you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, $20. Given.
I'm listening to some chill jazz right now.
No.
Okay, I got everything ready. Hopefully. Yeah, we're starting right on time, pretty much. That's the first ever.
hype.
So, let's begin. Firstly, hi chat. I'm sure a lot of you already know me. Jay, I'll be the keeper of Eldritch Lore. This Call of Cthulhu session. And we'll introduce each one of the players and their characters as we move along. But first, a little bit of theme setting. The year is 1918, and the impact of the waxing and waning of the now 5th year of the Great War has taken its toll and can be felt across all the nations involved or not. Earlier in the year, French Marshal Ferdinand Foch was appointed Supreme Allied Commander on the Western Front in response to the start of the German Spring Offensive, which pushed the Allies back to their 1914 fighting lines. Now, with renewed strength and under new tactical leadership, the Allied forces prepare for an attack at Mouzargon around September in hopes to put an end to the massacre of the Great War. Alongside the territorial, cultural, and moral killings of the Great War is a newly named Spanish flu, whose first wave sweeps across Western Europe in early March and reaches Poland. More recently, at the beginning of August, a new, more lethal type of the disease has emerged and is beginning to make waves in newspapers all over the world. Fortunately, city and health officials act quick in this news, resulting in Indianapolis having one of the lowest casualty rates in the country. And it is here, on a Saturday end of summer evening, on the 3rd of August of 1918, in the sprawling metropolitan city of Indianapolis in USA, Indiana, that the thresholds between that which are known and that of the unholy truths of the cosmos and its strange happenings begin to blur. Within a dimly lit room, not over, but underground, the muffled footsteps of the bustling overworld city can be heard through the old and dirtied, yet cement ceiling. The strong smell of the fermented alcohol mixes with the mustiness of old growing mold in the hidden corners of this chamber, as hushed whispers of mouthed calculations can be heard from behind walls of cards that are being held in feverish zealot-like manner by many unscrupulous individuals across the poker table at which you sit. Tony, if you wouldn't mind, please describe to the others and the viewers what your character looks like.
Oh well, This is Tony Jenkins. He's the 20. Hold on. He's a 20-something-year-old man. I forgot his age. I've been too long. 23-year-old man. I knew I was getting picked first, but that doesn't mean I'm ready. 23-year-old guy. He's got himself a nice, dapper grey jacket. It's very worn. You can tell it's very worn. It's pretty much the only nice suit jacket he's got, along with the suit trousers. He's got himself a nice black tie to go with it, and a fancy little fedora to go with that as well. And right now he's sitting at a poker table, and you can guarantee he's got winnings on the line today. No way he's gonna lose this hand, not at all.
And you've been holding this hand for a while, hoping for some good luck at the very least, and trying to read your opponents at the poker table. At this very well known to you now speakeasy that is hushed amongst most of the people of the town. And you managed, through most of your underground contacts, to gain access and hopefully make some money of your own for your own business, whatever that may be. Now, to begin with, we're going to start with some rolls, just to set things in motion. I'm going to need you, Tony Money Jenkins, to give me a luck roll, a psychology roll, and an intelligence roll. Back to back.
How do I roll luck?
You click on luck. Oh, you put 31 there. You have 85 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that was where it was.
Yeah,
we was
took away some.
we was modifying that when we was just
Yeah.
testing things out. Right, so sorry, luck, psychology, and the other one.
Intelligence.
Yeah, I've just got to find those up there. Psychology and okay, luck. Roll type regular. Thank you.
Yep. Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
72. Psychology.
Psychology.
Oh, those dice.
Whoa, okay.
21.
Very good.
Intelligence.
Fuck.
Ooh.
You don't mess around with Tommy.
That's my man.
Damn. Alright. So, Tony,
Okay.
as you are inspecting the table and reading through your opponents, you've got a relatively good hand going, but you're unsure still whether you have the best hand on the table. So you continue on peering as the game goes. One person folds, another person folds. With your intelligence check, you manage to actually figure out which one of them is the most stubborn, and which one of them believes that they can call out your bluff, of which you present yourself with relative confidence, knowing that you have the hand that is most likely to win, but this one individual is attempting to call your bluff and keeps on going forward and forward. And your psychology roll gives you the idea that he doesn't have as good of a hand as you do.
Mm.
And after a while of egging him on and keeping him in the game so that you can earn more and more from this one game, he eventually folds. And all of the people on the table, of course, looking in and trying to figure out which one of the two is actually going to win, finally they let out a sigh and they see the hand that you had and you were holding the entire time. And it's sighs of frustration all around, and you scoop in the money all for yourself.
Let's
That
go.
was really fucking lucky.
Never underestimate
There
the
is.
luck of Tony. They don't call me money for nothing.
Sneaky bastard. Okay. He just slams the table, gets up, and goes to the bar.
Hey, better luck next time, eh?
And you continue on scooping, and you gather about, in this one game, there were about 4 people, so let's make a roll for this.
Ooh.
This is I'm gonna roll 2.
You won $4 and a bottle cap. Oh,
That is $140 that you got from this one game.
And a bottle cap.
that is big money.
Yeah, that was a lot. As you scoop everything in and you... it's up to you on whether you decide to continue on playing through the night, but you know that you're here on a specific mission from an individual that has hired you to gather some information. So however you'll go about this is up to you. As the room around you, there is a bar to the far corner. There's quite a few people around. A lot of them that you don't necessarily know yet, because this speakeasy seems to have a lot of people coming in and out, and some people come in once and never come back again. The only person that you do recognize is Richard, which you know to be the owner of the establishment and seen as the boss of the... He's just sitting to the side on some very well-made, cushioned couches with people around him smoking a cigar.
You better have 2 dames on each shoulder.
You know, you could say so. He's a relatively tall individual, quite muscular. He's currently wearing a what's the name of those straps? The trouser straps
Suspenders?
to go over the shoulders. Yeah, suspenders. Wearing one of those suspenders. He's got his coat hanging onto the side, and is smoking and just listening to people talk around him.
Well, I can't stay all night, boys. It was nice playing with you, but I got work to attend to. I'm sure you'll have fun without me.
Come on, one more game. Give me a chance to win back that money.
Ah, what the hell? Why not? Just one more. You convinced me, but only one.
All right. Let's set the table then. As you begin to set up for another game, you see an individual creep up next to you, and he puts a bottle of beer by your side, and you look to sit and you recognize Old Nuts. Being the waiter-ish of this establishment, relatively beaten, quite old, seems like time wasn't very kind to him. He hands you another beer. Very, very well done, sir. Very well done. You going for another one?
Well, I'm only going for one more.
Well, you have been quite lucky, but luck runs out. Be careful.
They do say luck runs out, but I'm the guy that generates the luck.
Well, this one is on the house from the boss, okay?
From the boss, you say?
Yeah.
Well,
You
you
like
should
the way you
send
play,
him my
boy?
thanks.
Right away. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Walks out, goes towards the boss, but it doesn't actually... You notice that it doesn't actually talk to him. He just gives him a nod of acknowledgement as the boss is looking at you and also nods in your direction.
And then I nod in his
Yes.
direction. It's all nods.
Nods and nods. Alright. You know what? Since you decided to go back and play for one more, go ahead. Roll the 3 again. Let's see how that goes.
Same rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
You had
What
an
roll?
out. Whoa. Okay. That's
Psychology roll.
still a
Still a
success.
pass. And intelligence roll.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh. Oh,
Hold on.
No.
Oh no. No, it's
Here.
fine. I've got the I've got luck. It's fine.
Yeah.
You do not.
I'll vibe
luck
with
was
this.
really high.
Fuck it, we ball.
Psychology helps you. The intelligence, however, locks you over on how long you can do this for. So let me roll here.
Oh boy.
That's yeah, that's good. It's also good. That's really bad. Fuck. All right. In this particular game, you don't feel as confident to milk dry the entirety of the table. So you just you take what you can, as you try to ag them on as much as you can, but you don't push it too much. You show them the confidence and try and make them back out. And because of your previous showmanship, it seems like they're a little bit more intimidated to go toe to toe with you. So, because of this, it is. Damn. You're too fucking lucky. $95 more. That was way too much.
I'm telling you, Tony's
been
made of luck.
Could have been from 1 to 100. So they lose more money. Another sigh of frustration as they slam their cards on the table. Next time.
Next time.
Get out of here.
Gentlemen, have yourselves a good evening.
Yeah.
Stand up, all very, you know, very smug, very, I did it. And stand myself up, and it's time to commit my job. Not any crimes,
Right.
just a job. For now. I
There are
believe I
many
need to go
people
find
in the
myself
room.
all once.
Okay, old Mats. He's currently behind the bar at the back, as he is gathering things for the barman himself. He steps out and sees you.
Hey.
Yes, Master Tony. What can I do for you?
So, I got myself a little job. I just need a little bit of information if you can assist with that.
Oh, well, it is part of the things that we deal with here, but what kind of information are you looking for?
So I got this guy that I know. He's a British kind of fella. You know how they are. Very secret.
Right.
Very strange sometimes. He wants me to help find this lovely lady or something along those lines. He told me,
indeed.
I'm pretty sure he gave me either a picture or a note in here somewhere about her as I dig through my DMs to see if anything was actually provided. I can't remember.
Nope.
Ah, shit. Maybe I dropped it, I'm not sure.
Right, well, you can describe it to me. Who is it that he's looking for?
I had the DMs around here somewhere. I know he had him here somewhere. Give me a second. Ah, that was it. Sorry, I was remembering an older job. Oh, it's the age. It's getting to me.
Right. Do go on.
So, he's wanted some general information about a couple of things. The biggest one is that he really wants to know who's the big mainstay players in town. You know, the ones with the serious wealth, the serious influence. You know, the real underworld hotshots.
Is the wealthiest man I know, really. He provides most everything that we need. In town, we have a few connections to some other establishments, such as this one, but we don't know much about them or how much money they have. I would say Richard is your best bet in someone with a lot of money, unless you're talking about people that are of influence, such as mayors and people of the government, then there are plenty more that even my knowledge surpasses.
Well, it's just that he was pretty vague, all things considered. He cast the net pretty wide, you know.
Information's got to be very specific, otherwise there's nothing to go off of. Okay. Well, what else was there?
So let's have a look. See here. So other than that, he wanted. Let's have a look. Anyone new? He wanted to know if there were any new players in town. Of course, we got our Richards, we got our mayors, we got our police chiefs, but he wanted to know if there was any new blood coming through.
This is tough information, but you've been good here. You've been, for a friend. I heard the boss talking, okay, and I heard some things about some overseas friends coming in soon. I believe they're coming in next Friday. Saturday. It's one of those 2 days, the 9th or the 10th. There's some friends coming through, some new friends from, and it could be from anywhere. I mean, because of the war itself, we don't get many overseas friends around anymore. But it's a new thing. And it seems like this person is a pretty big hotshot, from what he's talking. From how they call him the Fisherman.
The Fisherman.
Yeah. I don't know what that's all
Spooky
about.
name.
Sounds pretty spooky.
Do you think he fishes?
For money, maybe. That's all I got, really. Honestly, I just hear things here and there, and I probably am not supposed to. But a friend like you needs, you deserve the information. Plus, that was an amazing performance I saw on the table. Honestly, every time.
You never underestimate a Chicago man's luck. It comes out of thin air.
It's what they say. It is what they say.
But this will do. There's some good information. I thank you very much for that, Muntz. Honestly.
Yes, of course. You'll come back. I like seeing you around.
You know you'll always see me, Muntz. If you don't see me coming here on a daily, you know something's happened to me.
Well, you're always around the tables.
Always.
I'll be waiting. And it just pats you on the shoulder and goes back behind the bar and starts cleaning.
And with that, I've got my information. I've got my Monet. So I think it's time to scooty up and leave. Head my way over to the theater.
Indeed. And with that, we step out of this environment and into the center of town, as there are still people going about. It's just about 6-ish p.m. and sounds of the horses and cars simultaneously going across the streets, as smell of not very pleasant horse shit and from many different corners of the many different establishments, as the moon in the sky currently stands in a nice waning crescent. Elsie and Shep, if you wouldn't mind describing your characters to the players and the viewers.
Yeah. Elsie is a short, red-headed lass who usually wears brown dungarees with a kind of clinical white lab coat kind of thrown over top. She has big circle glasses that are way too large for her face. Yeah, she's adorable.
Damn. Shep is a lanky, tall man. He has some scruffy, short brown hair and a well-kept beard. He seems casual and almost a little bit confident, but he's definitely a dork, and he continuously keeps one hand in his coat pocket. Also, his coat is adorned with white dog hair
At all times.
at all times.
Good. And it is here at the center of town that the two of you are just about to arrive at the National Old Center to enter the Murat Theater. As you have gotten tickets from Elsie's boss as a way of saying thank you for all of the work and giving her some time off for the day. She has been hard at work for a while, and he has seen Shep around the place, so decided to give them two to bring them with. As the two of you approach the theater, let me do this, because I got a little... There we go. You see the poster for the actual play that the two of you have come to see. The poster itself is a display of a hill with a strangely decrepit castle atop of it, and in the back there is a waning moon, a crescent moon, shining light upon all of the rest, and some individuals crawling up. You can't tell if they are attempting to reach that place for safety or if they are the danger. It's the backlit poster style makes it very difficult to tell. And as you start arriving, you see some commotion at the gates, at the entrance to the theater itself. The people that take on the tickets seem to be on a bit of a heated argument with some strange individual at the front of the theater itself. As they are going back and forth, and the individual is screaming at them at this point, heavily frustrated and telling them that they have the tickets, but their security doesn't seem to be allowing them to enter. But the two of you do have the tickets, so stage is yours. You may do as you wish.
If there is something to be seen, we don't have tokens on the map.
Yeah, the map is blank for me.
Here.
We see nothing.
What?
Nothing.
You'll have to use your mind's eye.
Oh, look how cute it is.
Oh,
Don't they have love seats?
Excuse me?
Excuse.
Love seats?
You can ask.
Oh dear.
All right. You have your tickets. What do you do?
Well, Shep will offer Elsie his arm,
Like,
first of all.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I link my. Wait, how tall is Shep again?
I totally know this. I have not written this down. He's pretty tall, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought so.
yeah, he's pretty tall.
Elsie is like 5'1", so when you offer her arm, she's like lifting it slightly higher to like hook into yours more comfortably.
Oh, it feels familiar. Do you want to check out what's going on over there? I mean, I'm not actually with the Force, but I'm sort of with the Force.
The commotion,
with
you
the
mean?
force, right?
I suppose.
All right, I'll keep you safe, of course.
Thank you.
Let's walk up and see what's going on.
As you walk up, you see.
Oh, hold up.
Good.
Yep, it was the box.
The
box is
Oh,
gone.
great.
box.
The individual seems to be relatively haggard overall. Like the clothing's, from what you see everyone else wearing, he seems to be a little bit more on the low side and a bit more worn. But probably tried at least to look presentable, but it's just not working very well. The hair is a bit all over the place, and even more now that he's fucking shouting and screaming and trying to get someone's attention to manage to get past them. And he looks to the two of you, but he doesn't seem to give much mind, just continues on. I have my tickets. Why am I not allowed to enter? Okay. This is unacceptable. Okay? And there's some people holding him back.
Hey. Is like there's a security there?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Why isn't this gentleman allowed to enter?
Oh, there seems to have been a bit of a complication, and maybe the individual may have misplaced their tickets. I'm sorry, sir, but you're not allowed. Tickets only. You gotta pay to enter. This is a premiere. He just spits on the ground.
Well then. I guess no tickets, no entrance, huh, Elsie?
I suppose so. Sorry.
Nothing else we can do for you, sir. Please, step away or we're gonna have to call the authorities. This is... Great help you are.
Sorry, man.
Oh.
Rules are rules.
He turns his back and walks away. Walks into the street and out of sight. And, well, the security just looks at the two of you. My apologies. It's, I'm sure a lot of people want to enter at the premiere of this. It's been very highly talked of, but can't just allow any riffraff to come in. Please do enter if you have the tickets.
Oh, we do, right?
We do.
We do.
The ticket taker will take it from here. He steps to the side. Ticket taker comes in, grabs the tickets, checks them over. All right, you may enter.
Thank you.
Hope you have a lovely seating.
Thank you.
As the
Sure.
two of you
Oh,
enter.
sorry.
Oh, no, continue. Go on.
I was gonna, do you know anything about this show? I was just kind of given the tickets.
Not really. I don't really go to a lot of theater, believe it or not. But it's supposed to be really good, so I can't wait to see it with you. And I was really happy you asked me.
Of course. Sorry, that's so you can do the as.
And so, as you walk in, go through the many halls, and you're guided by the signs that lead you towards the specific room that you're to take in. Bunch of cute nurse Philippines. I don't remember if I said in the poster the name of the play that the two of you should know by now is Dreamless Mortality.
Okay.
As the two of you enter in this immense stadium-like presentation for sitting, and you are led to your seats as many people are going about and trying to find their own seats. It's a bit of a mess, but people are trying to make the best out of everything, and we go into inside ambiance.
No.
Oh,
The two of you find your seats eventually and await for the play. Let me grab my notes. Where the fuck is it?
oh now.
It takes about 10-15 minutes for everyone to settle down, and then from then, about 10 to 20 more, for the lights to start to dim as the crowd quiets and settles. The anticipation builds for the beginning of the play as characters are introduced. The husband, an alchemist, the wife, a farmer, and 2 children, a daughter and a son, within a small town. Nothing can be seen after a while as the lights dim once more, but a gentle, mourning sobbing can be heard from the stage. As a soft white light smooths out the edges of that it touches on its way to the center, and that which lightens is of the husband on his knees, slumped over 2 unmoving, small figures. A separate light breaks the scene as it moves the center with much more speed and intent. The light is red. It enhances all of the green features in these 3 damned figures. This scene brings out the emotion of fatherhood and the loss that he's just suddenly has suffered. It is soon discovered through the play and further investigation of the wounds of the children that it was the work of a devilish entity of legend in the small town that they live in. Some call them a devil, some call them a vampire, some call them chupacabra. And with that knowledge, the father used his story to persuade the townsfolk into a form of a witch hunt for the safety of all other children. But he slowly fails, for the few he talks to are afraid of the legends. The husband then beseeches the church of the town for an effort in the name of God to smite this creature down. The elder finally agrees by falling into sympathy to his story of woe. His wife fights for her right to be there when the monster that killed her daughter and son is revealed, and through stubbornness she earns her place amongst the men tasked. Many strange parallels at holy crusades of olden times. And it is in this moment that John, in the backstage of the theater, please describe your character to the players and the viewers.
Yeah, so John is a 38-year-old guy. He's English, recently moved to the US. He's quite a big guy, so he's kind of larger than average, but when he moves, he's surprisingly light on his feet. Well, he's dressed smartly, he wears this kind of brown suit that he clearly takes some pride in his appearance, but it's nowhere near the latest fashion. It's the kind of thing that just blends into a crowd. He's the kind of person that is kind of there, he's present, but not many people would notice him. But he watches people with sharp eyes, and anybody that kind of spends time looking at him would know that.
And his name?
John Carlton.
John Carlton. Would you give me a listen roll as you are in the back rooms of the theater, ready to take in your cue to help with the play?
So sorry, Jay, this is novice. You some clicking on where it says and nothing is wrong to click it.
The little icon. Next to it.
Yeah, oh wait, there we go. Click it now.
Okay, now it's doing it.
There you go.
I don't even
Ooh.
see this.
Ooh.
76. Oof.
Oof.
Well, as you are getting ready, you finally get your cue, and you start pulling on the ropes as the people in the crowd see the moon rising. Crescent moon. A night of sitting next to a campfire as the men that were tasked to move in to this to the domain of this vampire or devil entity. They are all sitting around, and the husband talks about this quest with an odd obsession that is framed by the red light that returns as the rest of the set is engulfed in darkness, possibly portraying a descent into revenge-driven madness, and all of the other individuals around the campfire start asking him questions, and they ask about this strange box that now the crowd also just suddenly notices that he's carrying a box with him, and it's relatively large, and they question him about it, of what it is, and he mentions how it's many different alchemical supplies that he managed to gather, and things that he believes that are things that could help in the endeavor to fell this beast that has hurt him in so many different ways. And as the scene drags on, some scratching noises can be heard echoing through the night that sends shivers down the spine all of the campers. Then darkness takes once more. Further along the actual play, John, if you wouldn't mind giving me one more lesson roll. It's not a good start, I think.
No.
Yeah. Our good old Tawny took all of the fucking luck. And I would like
I absorb the luck from around me.
I'd like both Shep and Elsie to also give me some spot hidden rolls instead.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
oh.
Where the fuck is spot hidden though?
Am I right?
It's in combat.
It's in combat.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was on my skills as well.
I clicked it, but it's not doing anything.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you all got your character sheets with that are unlocked.
How do
Uh,
I roll it? Oh,
I already
there we go.
I locked it back.
I got it.
All right, you're all good. Damn.
nice.
That's,
God damn.
Elsie,
the
you
dice are
know.
really broken for me. I have to wait for the chat to tell me what I rolled. A 4!
Four.
Let's go!
We got delayed.
Yeah, I guess the dice are so broken for me. My browser can't handle it.
You need to get off of Internet Explorer.
Oh, sorry.
You,
Yeah.
you notice at first, with the corner of your eye, you see a bit of a light that shines, which is obviously very unusual for a place like this. That it's essentially like a cinema. Lights are very frowned upon, and people get really pissy about it, as the concentration should be on the play. But there seems to be a strange pale light that goes by in the room right next, as there's a door that is slightly ajar at the very corner. It's relatively far, but with a 4, fuck, you catch it instantly. This bit of a light that moves back and forth, and it seems to be continuing but no one seems to notice it. It's very, very light, and Shep first notices you looking away, and then notices the light as well.
I would have brought his attention to it. Is it unusual, Jay?
From what you would ascertain, so far there hasn't been any lights aside for the ones that are used specifically for enhancing the play. This seems to be just someone going back and forth with a
Mm.
lantern or
Alright.
flashlight. Very strange. That is all that is. And back, once again in the back rooms, I would like Carla, Bible, if you wouldn't mind describing your character.
Okay. Do I describe her in the moment or in general?
Describe her in general, and then I'll describe her in the moment.
Okay. So Carla is like slightly below average in height. She's very muscular. She has a short bob that was very not professionally chopped. Like you can tell it was chopped with like scissors and not really exact, so it's very messy. She has 3 distinctive scars on her face, one on her nose bridge, one on her cheek, and one on her eyebrow. She can be considered a bit loud or obnoxious, but overall she's a little tender little bean. She likes people and yeah, that's about it.
Alright.
Yeah, and she dresses like a man. She dresses in t-shirts, pants, and she wears combat boots because the harder the boot, the harder the kick. Okay.
And in this moment, you get your cue to enter, as your current visage is a bit more ghoulish, as a lot of makeup has been put onto you to make your visage to be a bit more creepy and fit the theme of what is about to befall the main characters of this play. As you get your cue, the campers and the men that were tasked for this, they arrive at the castle atop a broken hill of mud, jagged stones, and crooked, malignant trees, upon which many horrors they face. Ghoulish-like creatures with makeup and costume that make their skin look taut and dry, such as the one Carla is wearing. And many of the townsfolk are killed in this endeavor, and leaving but the husband and the wife to fulfill the duty. Elsie, it is in this moment that you, honestly, with that spot hidden roll,
Thank
which
you.
carries on, it's you instantly catch onto the person that is on the play that you didn't really know or expect, a person that you know. You recognize Carla in many different, buried underneath tons of makeup, but Carla nonetheless, as you can recognize those kicks and punches anywhere. And as we go in for the last bit of the play, I would like you to give me another roll, John Carlton, of listen. Come on, buddy.
You got this, old man.
Let's see how this goes.
Can't wait to get the lid.
Okay, there
There
it
you
is.
go.
You did better.
As your part in the play has come and gone, you wouldn't need to rise the moon anymore, do any more set prop. You start hearing some noise in the back of the backstages, close to the engine rooms where most of the energy is built in, and next to the storage is just in that general direction. You hear some shuffling, but you account for everyone that should be here are people that you can see.
Does anybody else? Is there anyone else backstage that's kind of noticed this as well?
I would say that at this point, Carla is just now coming out of the stage and getting her makeup taken off. I would say Carla definitely notices it as she actually. Carla give me a listen roll. Wouldn't be fair because he failed like so many times.
A
Give me your
million.
listen roll. Let's see how that goes.
How do I do that?
Click on your character sheet and
Listen.
yeah, click on listen.
Okay. Regular, everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. And roll. 69. Nice.
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 You do not, in fact, hear it, but you do go by him. You go by John. You've seen around the set as a helping hand to the props, but generally, the two of you don't really talk all that much, just acknowledge each other, but you see that he is in a bit of confusion.
John just nods at her as she walks past, but it's a very professional kind of gesture. He doesn't make any move to start a conversation.
Yeah, same. Carla just waves her hand at him because, yeah.
Alright, and you go into your room to get the makeup off. Alright. You continue on hearing this shuffling for a while still. It keeps on, and if you're looking in that direction, there's a bit of a light that you see that is flickering back and forth.
Like underneath the door or something? Where is the noise coming from?
The light is, you see the light from underneath the door, but also a lot of the doors are slightly ajar. And behind the many doors, it's a bit of a hallway, which is why the listen roll was difficult to get. But you hear it, and you see a bit of a light going back and forth, almost as if someone is shuffling through things.
Is there anything of his back there, or is this just like stage stuff back wherever this room is?
It would be close to the locker rooms, not necessarily quite there, but it's close to the locker rooms where people keep their stuff. So there would be close to where you keep your stuff as well.
Okay, so he would walk kind of as quietly as he can over to the door that's kind of ajar and just try and peek around the door, see if he can see what's happening.
All right. Give me a stealth roll. Let's see how quietly you can do this. Very good. Hi.
Hi.
Me roll. Yes. Okay. As you start moving in that direction, the shuffling gets louder and louder, and start getting a little bit wary as some other noises that you start hearing is going along with the shuffling back and forth. The sounds give a bit of a shiver as you're certain that this must be some sort of human, but the animalistic feeling of those sounds put you at odds. Slowly inching towards the door, all of a sudden those noises stop. There's some loud shuffling and a door wide open, but not the one that you're looking at. There's some running, and he's going out the back doors.
Okay, so running away from the door that John was going to. Okay. So with one arm just kind of on the jacket, on his shirt, sorry, on the underside of his jacket, with the other arm he pushes the door open slowly and looks around the corner.
Alright, as you push the door slowly, you see the engine room with the backup generator, and a lot of different storage items, such as diesel for the generator itself, some of the props for the actual sets. And you see the shuffling seems rushed by your approach, and the door in the back is closed slowly because of how forcibly it was opened. And you do see, very far off, a bit of a light that shines down onto the floor, and it backlights a person running.
And they're running, what, in an alley, like behind the theater, or are we still inside the theater?
Yeah, they're currently running at... You're still inside the theater, and the back doors are about, I'd say, 30-ish, 40 feet away from him, and about 60, 70 away from you.
Okay. I'm not going to make any move to pursue this, because it's like none of my business whatsoever. I'm just going to watch to see what happens.
Alright, if you just watch, the back door is open wide as well. And Tony, as you're just arriving to the theater to meet with the individual that has hired you to gather information, as you're about to get to the back door, the door opens wide as a person is bolting through. Give me a spot hidden check. This is going to be a hard success because of how fast everything goes.
I believe.
Did you find it?
Keel over and die.
Alright. Tony?
Hold on, I lost track of everything. my I don't know why I heard Warren. I don't know why my brain heard Warren and not my name.
Yeah, no, you make me a
My
spot
brain
hidden.
completely heard Warren.
You're good, friend.
Bro,
You're fine.
I heard everything else, but then I heard Warren. Why did I not hear Tony? Brain, you good, bro?
Well,
Oh, that was
You
spot
need
hidden, wasn't
spot
it?
hidden. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god, right. Spot hidden, let's 100% succeed in this roll.
Whoa. Alright.
I don't think I'm succeeding that roll.
As the person goes by, you don't catch much of a glimpse at their face, but you see the light that is shining. It's shining down onto the floor. But one thing that you notice is they're not carrying any flashlights or lantern. They're just bolting.
Oh, no way, they glow in the dark.
Seems to be almost like a spotlight that is shining downwards. But that is as much as you get right before the person completely bolts out of the theater and bangs you on the side a bit with the door,
Ow.
door at the backstage. But he slowly disappears, turns the corner, and is gone.
That was weird.
As you look inside of the theater, you see at the end of the hall pretty much is your contact. Also looking relatively spooked.
I'm gonna assume that you didn't know who that was either.
All right, young man, keep your voice down. And I'm going to walk quickly over in his direction.
Hey, okay.
And then kind of push out through the door into the alley and close the door behind us. So it's just the two of us in the alley at the back of the theater.
Alright.
Who's that? And then, friend of yours?
That one, the one that booked it? Nah, never seen him. Glows though.
Tony's gonna. John is gonna stare back up the alley, the direction he ran. Can he still see this guy?
No. At this point, he turned a corner and vanished.
well, never mind that, young man. Have you got out for me?
Well, I've got some information. You were very vague, you know. Power players, big cheeses. It's pretty vague. So I wasn't able to get a lot, but I was able to get a little bit. So first order of business. You wanted the big people of influence. My contact doesn't exactly have the deets on all the power players and all the different, speakeasies and such. But we do know our main man, the one who's in the speakeasy that I frequent, and that's Richard. And now Richard, as far as we're aware, he is like the biggest guy, He's like the richest, he's the biggest. If you want a criminal underworld kind of boss, Richard's your guy. He's your big one. But other than Richard, we don't really have any more. So I wasn't able to go full on that one for you. But you did want info on some new players, and I managed to get something juicy for you. So the bit of information from my contact says that approximately this coming Friday, Saturday, around the 9th or the 10th, Richard's got some overseas friends coming in. And apparently one of those friends goes by the name of the Fisherman. And I don't know why he's called the Fisherman, but he's called the Fisherman. So we don't see many overseas people thanks to the war, but apparently these are some big players coming in for Richard, so that might be something to pique your interest.
You got out else? Or is that everything you found?
That is everything that my little friend could find.
Alright, pal. Here. This is for you. And he hands him an envelope that is fairly obviously stuffed with some money.
That's a very nice. I'll be taking that and.
But as Tony goes to take it, John doesn't let go. And he just looks him straight in the eyes, and best for both of us if we both forget this happened. All right, pal.
I don't even remember who you were.
I think we have an understanding.
Oh, we most certainly do, stranger.
Just turns around and walks back inside the theater.
All right.
Another job well done.
Okay, as the two of you finish the business, shrugging off the strange encounter from before, you enter back into the theater itself, and Tony, do you intend on going back home? Or anything in particular?
I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Thought it'd be dead by now.
You surpassed my expectations. I haven't been hit by a car. Well, there's not really. The only places I really have to go are either home or back to the speakeasy. We're supposed to be time-ish.
At this point, mid-play, getting to the end, it should be around 7:30, closing in on 8.
There's probably enough time for a round of blackjack at the speakeasy with this brand new money I just got. So you know where I'm going.
Amazing. Alright. You go back to the speakeasy for the night. For one more game. As we return into the theater, Elsie and Shap, as you continue to watch, once the husband and the wife finally reach the castle, they enter into a chamber, a very well-made chamber that is portrayed in the play as much as they can be, with some cardboard cutouts that are very well painted of large castle walls that encompass this chamber. And in the middle of the chamber, there's a pedestal of which atop sits a chalice. And the wife entering, ready to finish the request, and attempts to find this creature, she calls for her husband, whose voice does not reach her before his blade does, as he pierces her through the heart and holds her up, the visage of the husband behind her, and he slowly pours her blood into the chalice. The familiar red light from the campfire scene makes a return to frame this act as the husband now babbles crazed about the understanding of mortals dreaming of immortality and immortals' wish for death, and his obsessive theories of the ideas of an in-between. In this moment, another voice, more jovial, almost regal in tone, coming from above, slowly descending the now revealed steps that hug the wall of this chamber in the castle, as the light shifts to a white, cold, bluish hue. And it says, "You awaken me with the offer of blood beneath the light of the crescent moon, for your theories and infantile fantasizing of life's secrets. This is a handsome actor, albeit for the overwhelming amount of makeup to make his already whitish complexion even paler as he descends the steps. To dream of death is to live 1,000 lives, and to dream of life is to not have lived at all." He now descends and is face to face with the husband, who is seemingly paralyzed. Whether it be fear or awe at his goal's end, we can't be certain, or some sort of hold or charm that this regal entity has over him. For it cannot rest, that which forever dreams, and those of which are dreamless exist cannot. It is now pointed out with another spotlight, the box of wood that he brought with him at the corner, and that scratching sound of wood and scratching against wood becomes louder and louder. And this man's hand grasps the neck of the husband and holds him aloft as the door of the box opens and 2 children come out. Their image, gross, decrepit, ghoulish-like, just like the entities that they fought at the bottom of this hill as they crawl their way towards their father. And the person says, "So live no more, and find your dreamless haven in the afterlife." As he slowly turns his neck, he does not snap it, not completely, and the children climb up his body and drag him to the ground. As the vampire-like entity grabs the chalice from his hand before it falls and drinks of the offering. The lights go out, and the play ends with all of the cast bowing their heads as mixed applause meet their reverence. And the play is over. A strange feeling goes over all that are around, as some are left confused, some are talking about the many different variations of this tale and how it parallels some holy grail stories in some ways, but in many others it defiles it in strange ways. But nonetheless, the play is ended. The lights come back on as the entirety of the cast, including Carla, bow down in the background towards the ground. Elsie, Shep.
Elsie is extremely pale.
Chef as well, but he's pretending not to be. He's just like, wow, that was really something.
It's terrifying,
exciting.
Shep. No! Like her grip around his arm, which she never let go, it's just so fucking tight right now. She's like clenched all of her muscles. Goodness, it's quite abstract. Not sure how I feel about it.
You look pale. Do you want some fresh air?
Yeah, I think so. But my friend was on stage. I recognized her. I wonder if I could possibly find her. I wouldn't know where to go.
Oh, we could. There's probably a entrance for the players. Cast. We could wait around the building.
Yes. Outside though, right?
Oh yes, of course. Yes. Let's go. Excuse me.
She just like very steadily stands up. She's like,
The breath of fresh air is invigorating, and the noises now of the town make it much more comforting to be around rather than the eerie silence of the indoors of the theater. And as you go out, you hear the people talking about their own many theories of the father being the one that killed the children so that he could possibly make it so that the town would go for this errand for himself in some strange quest of his own. And many theories are being thrown about of what they think the play actually means. Some people are relatively frustrated because they didn't understand any of it, and it seemed a bit. It seemed like it didn't have much of a purpose. So there's some mixed reactions to the play, as far as you can tell. And Carla, as the play has ended, you speak with the other actors as you may. And you know some of the actors in the play, such as the husband is played by Larkin Wagner, and the wife, Estelle Adler, two actors that you've known for a bit, but the main actor of the play, the one that has probably brought in the most money and brought in the most viewers to this play, is the actual vampire, which is his name is Marcellus Lockhart, a very well-known play actor around the U.S. And you are given leave for your night as the play is over. You may go to whatever rest finds you in this evening.
Oh,
Yes.
Is there like a bar near the theater or something?
You know of a few that are around.
Yeah, I'd say I'd go to like a bar to grab a beer or cider to just decompress, kind of take a chill.
Right. As you step out, Elsie and Shep are keeping an eye out, and it's not hard to spot. As Carla walks out, you instantly place your eyes upon Elsie and recognize her as the two of you share glances.
Oh, it's Minnie Varner. Minnie Varner.
Elsie waves enthusiastically.
How
As
are
her
you?
arm has fallen off.
It's been so long. I haven't seen you. How's your dad? How are you?
Oh, still fighting.
He's got one heck of a punch, doesn't he, that man? I've took one right through my freaking temple, and god dang, that hurted, my dude. Uh-huh.
Elsie giggles very like politely at Carla's queer way of talking. It's just yes. How have you been? Still doing what you do, I suppose?
Yes, still, I'm doing my little stunts here and there, but I've decided to, just pan out a little bit. I wanted to do something new, so theater, I guess, or I'm kind of just, but you know what I mean. Also, who's this very tall person next to you? Hello?
This is Shep. And I push him kind of forward, and then you notice like a couple dog hairs fall off his jacket as I do.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Thelonious Shepherd.
Ooh, Shep, like a shepherd. I see, like the sheep people, right? Yes, I remember. So yeah, are you a sheep person?
Oh no, I'm a dog person.
Huh?
I have a shepherd.
Ah, I forgot. Right. Also the dogs. Right. Okay. And wait, did you ask me a question? I forget. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted.
Have you been drinking, ma'am?
Not yet.
Well, maybe you should.
It was quite a performance. Did you know much about the play? I'm still trying to wrap my head around what it was all about.
Well, not gonna lie, I kinda try to not think too much about it because when I saw the listing for it, I was very confused. But then I was like, oh, I can be a zombie dead person, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do it. And then I realized what the play was about, and it lifted some bad memories. But personally, I don't really want to think too much about it because it is just fiction, isn't it?
I suppose so. You mentioned a drink?
Yes, want to join me? I'm going to grab a beer, to decompress a little.
Absolutely. Shep?
Yes, of course.
Yes, the dog guy. Follow us.
As we're walking, I'll catch Carla up about some of the big fights that my father has absolutely dominated in, and ask her about some of the stunt stuff that she's been doing since we last talked.
And I tell her that I had to bungee jump off a cliff for a play, and it was very fun.
She seems generally horrified by every stunt story that Carla tells.
And Carla funnily just bumps into her shoulder whenever she seems kind of sick. It's fine. I'm still alive, aren't I?
I sincerely hope you don't end up at my table. Goodness.
And then we just walk to the bar, and then we find a little spot, nice, at the sitting spaces.
At the quiet booth.
That I will make not quiet.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, so in this catching up of events, we will return back to the theater once more. And John, what is the rest of your night look like?
So he will do whatever stagehands do kind of after the show. He's probably a lot of tidying up and stuff. And then when the show is finished, he is going to leave, just kind of nod politely to people, not start any conversations. And I think he's going to walk several blocks away just at random and find a payphone.
Okay, sounds good. Let me pull you all in. Alright, it doesn't take you too long, as you have been around this area for quite a while, and you find a payphone.
So he's going to make a couple of calls. So the first call is to his fiance.
Okay.
And his work is going to go on for a bit longer than he expected, and he's going to be here in Indianapolis for at least another week. And he's sorry, but he'll get back home just as soon as he can.
She, you know your fiance, and she attempts to put in a brave face, and you can even tell even through just voice, as she is trying to be okay with the situation, as she understands that it is your job, and she hopes that you stay safe and please return to her.
Yeah, and he kind of calls off from that one, and then he looks very carefully up and down the street at this point, and he's checking if anyone seems to be paying him attention, and when he's certain that they're not, he makes another call to a number that he's memorized, and he's calling Moss.
All right. Go on.
And when the phone's answered, he just goes, it's all right, it's me. Look, I found him, but there's complication. He's not going to be here for another week. You want me to stay or what?
Where it is that you have found him?
He's visiting. He's meeting some local crime boss. I know where they're going to meet, or at least I think I can figure out where they're going to meet based on what I know, but I'm going to have to stick around for a week here. You want me to stay?
We have no more agents to supply, so I believe that it would be better for you to maintain, as the others are preoccupied with their own missions.
All right, understood. And he just puts the phone down.
All right. You get your orders, and from here.
From here, he is going to get his car and drive somewhere very nondescript and probably have dinner by himself, and then head back to his boarding house.
Perfect. All right. Let me get the. Okay, so now, as the three of you drink the night away for a bit and catch up on many things, and Carla gets to know Shep a little bit more, and
Funny guy,
that
Shep.
will probably-
Funny guy.
yeah, talk about his dog a lot.
Mhm.
And his mom.
And his
I mean, I
mom.
keep sneezing around him and his dog hair.
The night is slowly coming to a close. As you know, Elsie, you need to be at work by the next day, and Shep, you need to always be on call. So, wherever you go from here, to each one of you are going to your respective homes. If there's any extra contact to be made, if the two of you are, if you are to decide to meet again at some point, this would be the time.
Between Carla and myself?
Yeah.
It's been so long since we managed to catch up. We should make an effort to do it more often.
Yes, I really did miss you, you know? Like, I could still remember your little smiley face, and I was like, I really want to see Elsie, little Minnie Warner, you know? Like, I was like, there's something about this girl. She's a little ray of sunshine, you know? Gotta see the little lovely lady sometimes.
It's very, very sweet. I'd love to see you in the ring again. You're very impressive. And I think
I
my
don't know if
father
I'm
could take a
impressive.
loss.
You know, I can't promise anything. The man still packs a punch, even though he's a little old man with his old bones, you know? Like, he still got the muscles, and I'm still a little lady, huh?
You do not fool me. A little lady you are not. And
Don't
Elsie
flatter me.
Elsie will stand politely and wish Collar a good night and gently tuck Shep along with her and out of
Let's
the
go.
bar.
Take care of dog dude. Wanna
Of
see him
course.
in One Piece next time. Up his alcohol tolerance a little bit because he's not that good. Huh?
Elsie just giggles under her breath. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
On the streets once again.
Right. You return to your respective homes. I assume either Elsie takes Shep home or the other way around.
Oh, good question. I feel like Elsie would instinctively and Shep would realize and direct her home instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring you home.
Alright. The two of you find your ways to your respective homes. John, as you are arriving at your house after having a dinner, you see your neighbor next door, the person that you have seen relatively often, and also they are owners of the general store that you frequent. You've gotten to know them passively as you off and on go in to buy some general goods. And go on, Shishi. And you see the woman. You know that they are immigrants from Portugal, and the woman is outside. She was at first looking frantically, and then two children come running by, and she stops them and finds. Onde que vocês estavam? Eu não sabia onde estavam. Vocês não podem sair por aqui de noite desse jeito. Entra, entra. Você sabe que Luis está aqui. Oh, it's so nice to know that none of you understand that.
Bitch.
And
Oh, you're
I don't actually
bitch.
need to
It just went straight.
I can actually speak Portuguese.
Sorry.
I knew the second that you
Great.
Continue.
Okay. So, you see that she seems a little bit distressed. It is quite late. So, presuming that it's probably something to do with the children coming home late, and urging them inside. Give me a. Let's call this a history. History? No. I'd say just a general. A credit rating with advantage, further. A bonus die.
Okay. Credit rating.
+1.
Bonus die. Okay, got it.
Essentially, it's more of a. I use credit rating for a streetwise kind of knowledge. And you have advantage because of the area that you are in. And it's only now that it finally hits you of a strange connection that you didn't realize in the moment. There have been some kidnappings around the area that you know of, because they've been talked about a lot in the newspapers, and they've become more and more increasingly difficult to deal with in terms of the press, as the police has not caught anyone. But the general word that you get on the street is of a tall man with a relatively large hat, trench coat, and the one distinguishing thing is a light. Every time that people have seen this person that is seemingly lurking about and never being caught, and every time that he appears, someone goes missing. He seems to be carrying a light with him in some way, shape, or form. It's just a strange, pale light, which gave him the name of Light Killer, which people are uneasy, as most of the kidnappings have happened around your area. And most of them were relatively young, not children, but of the younger sort. She, after talking to her children and pushing them inside the house, she looks at you. Mr. John.
Does he know her name?
Yes, her name is Maria.
Everything all right, Maria?
Just a bit worried for my children. Tenses, things are tense and can never be too safe. That there's no good business happening around here. Might have to move. I hope you're staying safe.
I'm keeping as well as can be expected.
Good.
Best you get inside now. Lock doors. You'll be safe in there.
Yes, you too. Have a good night.
I'll be seeing you. And then he will not go in just yet. He'll watch to see that she gets back to her place and closes the door.
Doors closed gently behind her. You hear the lock.
And he was probably kind of distracted earlier because he was at work, but now that this scene has kind of reminded him of the Light Killer, does that description in any way chime with what he experienced of the figure in the hall at the theater?
From what you remember, it was very difficult to spot due to him having his back turned. But from the description, the current description that you got of like newspapers of this entity, it's the person that you saw. You didn't see a hat. That's the only thing that you see that is different. The light definitely, now thinking about it, it definitely gives you a strange feeling of familiarity, even though you've never seen the individual of which the newspapers have talked about. But it rings a bell. It's familiar.
Okay. He's going to go inside, go up to, it's like a guest house, I think, so he goes up to the room he has there, and locks the door, and then spends a few minutes at the window, just like scanning the street to see if anything looks unusual.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden check? Ooh, nice. 2 10s in a row, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, making up for the.
Thanks for those lesson rolls earlier.
I'd love to see it.
As you look out the window, you definitely see that people are hurried. Usually, the town is still bustling even at this time of night, but you can definitely sense that these recent occurrences have put people out of ease, and very much everyone is hurrying to get home and to get inside. But nothing particularly unusual happens, apart from just that feeling that you got the first time that you saw the light. And you can't stop thinking about it. Almost as if you're drawn to it. Strangely enough, as off-put you are by it, the attraction Almost like there's something hidden, something that the light is attempting to shine upon that is unseen by many others. There's a chance to see it, a chance to see something, but you don't know what. It bothers you, and even as you stop looking outside, you attempt to go to sleep, and it keeps you up for a while. You're unsure whether it's just the spooks of the moment, not knowing if the connection is real or if you're just connecting dots that aren't actually there. But it's unsettling, and it hits a part of you that you weren't even sure you had at this moment, a part of fear. But slowly, you can eventually find your way to sleep. It comes however eerily it does. But the sleep comes to you and to all of you. As the morning comes, there is not much for the next couple of days. I would like to know if there is anything that anyone wants to do in the next 2 days.
Carla would like to check the lunar calendar, to know when the next full moon is going to be.
As you check, let me see. The next full moon, as far as you can see, is around the 22nd, you believe.
And which day is it?
It's currently the 3rd, and, well, now, as you woke up, it's the 4th of
Okay.
August.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, Elsie's just gonna be working real hard.
Alright.
Yeah, cleaning up bodies, doing mortician events. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I'm doing.
Very good.
Gambling.
Gambling, my man.
Perfect.
John is going to try and find out as much as he can about Richard, who runs the speakeasy. So, without approaching him openly, but he's going to spend time kind of hanging around the outside of the speakeasy just to see if he sees someone turning up who is obviously this owner. And once hopefully, if he can find this person, he's going to try and tail him and just find where he lives and kind of where he does his business.
Okay. Across a couple of days, we can do a little bit of that. Shep.
Hello, it's me, Shep. I'd like to look into the case, the kidnapping cases that he kind of got handed. And if there's anything new over the next few days.
Okay, I'll keep you updated on that then. Let's have John roll me. Let's say roll me another credit rating with the bonus die.
Okay.
Very good.
Mhm.
26. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving me what would be good for this? I could make a track, but track is a little bit more specific. I think for your set of skills, I think you can use a persuade, perhaps, to see if you can get things out of people by talking to them.
Yes, if there's a way of doing this without talking to people, he's doing it that way because he doesn't want anyone to know that he's trying to find this guy.
Then just give me a general spot hidden as well. Oh, sorry, you succeeded on your previous one, so you get advantage. Yes.
Advantage
So just
is
roll again.
roll again. Okay.
I didn't know
another one.
Ooh.
No.
Um,
That's rough, buddy.
well, the first day,
Yeah.
you don't really get very far. You know the general area where the speakeasy is, but Tony proves to be a very, very reliable contact in this kind of environment where he has direct link to this individual. So it's much, much harder for you to do this on your own. Although you have the name, you assume that he goes by many others. So it's been very difficult to find. Shep, as you have been trying to look into the case a bit further, the there are no new developments so far, but you are getting more information because since you've gotten the cases, you've just skimmed through most of the information just to get an idea of what it is about. But going through it, you find out that there's a little bit more. There's a strange thing about what's the two brothers that were kidnapped a while ago.
The 16 and 17-year-old?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
something. Give me a. Oh, give me a spot hidden to, or library use.
Oh,
Oh.
that's my preference.
LCD. Ouch.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Oh, buddy.
Oof.
You want my spot
If
hidden?
there wasn't.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, there wasn't any other. Okay. Something about the two is a little strange about their age, being relatively close to each other. And you notice that they are about a month apart in birth.
Wait, how's that work? I'm not a birthologist, but
Yeah, it does. It does indeed take about 9 months of baking. So
yeah. Okay. So that means they're from different parents or adopted. I'm gonna go speak to the parents of these brothers and figure out what gives. How this work? I've learned in school. I've learned that I fucked your mom. That oh, I'm sorry.
awesome.
Awesome.
That they bake 9 months. So
What's up with that? Yeah.
what's up?
Okay. You go and talk to them. Give me a. Depends on how you want to approach this.
Shotgun. Never mind. He's just gonna go over real friendly, like I've seen that they only have a month between them. Is little Johnny adopted or whatever?
Okay. You know what? Then I will ask you to give me a law check. I'll use this as a sense of their understanding of who you represent. Ooh,
Nice. He's so good at his job.
Look at all these
the
rolls.
streak of bad rolls in these last 4 years.
Damn.
The parents are relatively closed off to talk about it. And it could be from anything between the fact that their children got kidnapped to something further. You're unsure.
They sold their kids.
But you can definitely tell that there is I would say a little bit of shame. It's a strange feeling that you catch from them of talking about the age of the two children, something that they like to keep hidden. But you don't get much else.
Okay, I'll make a note that about this feel I got, and I'll apologize to the parents, and then go back to looking at other angles of the case for now.
These are some bad fucking rolls.
Tony took all the good rolls.
You did. On the second day, give me another credit rating.
Be that for me.
With a bonus die. Yep.
Okay.
John. Alright, now give me another spot hidden with a bonus die. You can feel that you're getting close to something, but you're not sure what it is. You can sense that some of the people that you're following do have places that to go that they seem to just disappear to. But you always seem to lose the track at the very last bit, just barely. But Tony is once again proving to be a very good asset, as tracking doesn't seem to be going well. The big city is very overwhelming in terms of attempting to figure out who is who, where, and going where. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Yeah, so what he would try then is he'd use a courier firm like FedEx or whatever the equivalent was that existed in this day and age, and he's going to address a package to Richard at the name of the speakeasy, and he will insist that it has to be hand delivered to Richard only and signed for within certain hours of the day, and then he's going to leave that package with the FedEx people to deliver, and he's going to sit himself in the speakeasy during those hours and be drinking coffee and stuff and just see what happens when the courier turns up.
All right. And is there anything in the package?
No, that's empty.
All right.
It razzle dazzle, bitch. It's an empty box.
Middle finger. That is. Oh, that is very well played. Okay, you know what? I will say. You don't even have to roll for this because this is all in the makings of the business itself. Do not have a last name, which complicates things a little bit. But let me roll. Yeah.
I think he would have addressed it to like the proprietor, Richard, something like that, because he doesn't know his surname.
Okay. Give me 2 luck checks.
Yeah. Do you just click on luck? Is that how you do a luck check? Okay.
Huh?
Extra nice. Okay. You sit at the speakeasy with, well, you're at the upstairs and not the actual speakeasy itself, as you're not allowed entrance quite yet. Many people around talking, making business, and you see the, you see finally arriving the package that you had given. This is on the very next day, the 6th. You see a person walking in with a package, and they talk to the people at the front. Then they slowly walk inside, looking about, as they are trying to gather someone of importance that knows who this is for. And it is taken from him by an old man, relatively decrepit and strangely, like hunched back, strangely gross looking, but fitted to look nice somehow, like with the clothes, but he doesn't seem to take much care of himself as he takes the box.
Yes, for Richard. Yes. Thank you.
He brings it to the side and he disappears on the back door, and you do see that when the door opens, it goes to stairs that go down.
Okay. And did he sign this hunchback guy signed for the package?
Yes,
Okay.
he would have signed it.
So that presumably is Richard. All right. So he will just memorize as best he can that guy's appearance, and then he'll spend the rest of the day outside in his car. And if he sees this person leave, he's going to try and tail him to find out where he lives.
All right. You see at one point Tony walk inside as he comes down the street, and you know what, Tony, give me a spot hidden, and John, give me a stealth.
Spot hidden. Alright.
Oh,
Oh!
damn!
Hot damn, dude.
What?
Wow.
Amazing.
Am I allowed to initiate shenanigans?
You can do it as you wish.
I would like to initiate shenanigans. And I would
Please,
like to
Kennedy.
spend some luck points.
Dude, that's
I'm-
crazy.
I'm not sure whether that is possible against opposed rolls. That is, I think that's the one of the few places that you can't.
One of the
use
few places I
luck
can't. No!
on. Pretty sure.
Never been more sad.
We get to a war about who's going to spend more luck points.
Damn. I believe you can push the roll, but you would have to describe to me how you would do so. If there are any, I don't see why you would, because you're not necessarily looking for him. But it's
No.
always an option to push.
Plus, as well, like, I don't think I can. Like, rolling better than a 15 is gonna be hard.
It's a risk.
Though, to be fair, considering the fact that my spot hidden is 25 and I rolled under it, that's pretty good.
You enter the speakeasy. John definitely notices you enter in the door, and
I'm hard to miss.
yeah. As he enters, John, you do spot that Tony starts talking to the individual that you saw. As Old Mutz goes up to you, Tony.
Tony, it's good to see you again. Come.
Mats, how you doing?
Doing great, friend. Doing great. Much more money to be had. Huh?
Always, every day.
And he pushes you in, looks side to side, and enters. Is there anything? You're just going to wait until he leaves to tail him, right? John?
Yeah, because at the moment he thinks Old Mutz is Richard, because he asked for Richard to be the signature, so he doesn't know any better than that, so he's going to wait for Mutz to leave.
Okay. He let's cut back to Carla.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hold on. You hear, as you wake up in the morning of the 6th, you hear a knock on your door.
Okay. I scratch my head and I kind of yawn and I kind of just draw to the door to see what is kind of grumpy. Not a morning person.
As you arrive at the door, you and the knocking continues. You see who it is. Do you open the door or do you look through the peephole?
I looked through the peephole.
Alright. You recognize the individual on the other side. A woman, brownish, long brownish hair, and she's wearing some very decent fitting clothes and seems to be doing well for herself financially. And she's carrying a small box in front of her, and you recognize this to be Mary.
Oh, this immediately brings a smile to my face, and I swoosh the door open and engulf her into a hug.
Carla! Oh, wait, sorry. No, she doesn't. She does not talk. She just embraces
Yes.
you.
Say, how are you?
And as
then
she-
I just see you. And then I kind of
She's
drag her
like-
into the room. Force her into the room.
She gets pushed in. And you see her doing her sign language, as you know that she is mute. And she is signing to you that she's been doing well, and she's so excited to see you again, and that she brought you this, and she puts forward the box as a little gift because it's been so long. How are you doing?
Ooh, it's for me? For me? She
Yes,
kind
for you.
of dances around, on her tippy toes and stuff. Can I open it?
Go ahead. I brought it all the way
so-
for Scrapple.
I eagerly open the box and what's inside?
Inside, you see a variation of many different types of candles.
Oh my god! I was so much. Thank you so much. I was panicking about this. I was worried. I didn't know where to get some. You're my savior. I love you. You're the best. I kiss her two cheeks. Mwah, mwah.
Yes, of course. I just thought about it the other day, and I really miss her as much as you.
Yeah. Do you wanna come over on the 22nd so we can do like usual?
Yes, that would be lovely. I'd love that.
Yeah, that would be very nice. We should do this more often. We've missed too many of those recently.
Of course. And how are you? What have you been up to? I heard about a little play that you've been a part of.
Yes, had a little play. I'm not gonna lie, it was very fun, but it's rough. The topics is very reminiscent of
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
That's all right. Well, I am here because I want to offer you something. Just something popped up in my radar as I am managing other people, and I thought there is an audition. for
Oh,
a movie.
an audition? Something new? A movie?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, tell me the deets. What's the role?
I can't tell you too much. It's hush hush. But
Oh,
this
secrets.
movie that they're planning on filming very, very soon is known as The Mark of Zorro. It's based off of a writing.
Zorro?
Yes.
I've heard of it. Oh my god! And they're looking for female like stunt women, or is it another male role that they're gonna ask me to do?
Well, it depends. I am hoping that you can find a role that will suit you, but it's up to you what you will go for. You could try for the leading female role, but it's
Is she a
complicated.
damsel in distress?
Possibly.
Ugh, damsel in distresses, they piss me off. Ugh.
I know, but it's something.
Remember this crackhead dat threw a dog at me?
Ow.
What
What?
is this immersion breaking shit?
My friend sent me thing. I was like, oh, this will be quiet. My eardrums are shattered tonight.
You got
Lovely.
fucking snitched on, dude.
Oh. um, she she describes to you and she gives you a letter. This is a letter of recommendation from me. I've built quite a name for myself. And I'd like you to take it. It's the actual audition will be here in Indianapolis, so you do not need to go anywhere for it. It will be on the 10th, Saturday.
Okay, so you're giving me very short notice. Thank you, Mary, for that. I love you still. Big kisses on your forehead, huh?
I tried my best to get here as soon as I can, but it's difficult. I got many customers to deal with.
How's the hubby doing, though? Huh?
Oh, he is very sweet. We're thinking of trying for a family soon, perhaps.
Oh God, I'm so happy for you. I better be the godmother, or else I'm gonna punch into your little face, huh?
Would not even think of being anyone else. Me too. Kisses on the cheek, each cheek. I am excited to think about it, but it's still to go. We are trying, and we do not know yet how things are going to go.
I believe in you. You got this. Have lots of sex, okay? You'll manage.
She blushes. Yes, that's how we do it.
Yes, gotta bake the little bread in the tummy, huh?
It will be baking soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, keep it warm.
It's so good to see you. I came from really far and quite tired. I need to find a place to settle down for a bit. The husband he's gone to find a place, and I have come myself just to visit you and give you this because it has your name on it. I could not recommend anyone better for, well, any of my roles, really.
You're too sweet, Maria. I missed you so much.
Missed you
So
too.
much.
Well, what are the plans for the next few days?
Well, we still have the play going for a little bit, and just a little bit of fighting, trying to, whoosh the memories away. Because why did I decide to do this play without reading the script prior? Just because it's a fucking zombie? Someone tell me, huh?
But you do a very good zombie. A very good zombie.
I know, right? Like
See?
a professional.
Gives me shivers every time.
I know, right? Mm-hmm.
Well, I will get going, but I want to see you again soon.
Yes,
Very soon.
for the candles. Should we do this?
That would be a while away still. I want to see you before then, of course.
Oh.
But yes, on the 22nd, I should be here still. I shall be here for about a month, and then we're going back to Chicago.
For a month? Oh, right. If you're here for a month, you remember Minnie Warner? Do you remember Minnie Warner? She's here right now.
She's here?
Yeah, I'm sure she would be happy to see you too.
Oh, that sounds... Okay, we must get a day.
Yes. I'll try to contact her to see if she wants to do something soon. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I've heard so much about her. Can't wait to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
That is good. Well, I will leave you be. Just
Yes. Skedaddle, do your things, Miss very busy miss.
Yes. Be safe. I heard some bad things about the town lately. I hope you're staying safe.
You know me, always safe, big muscles, I give punches, I give kicks, and most of all, I give a nasty headbutt, baby!
I do not doubt.
Yes. But yes, I'll keep safe. And if you need help, do call me. I'll run to your help.
Good. I will be certain to punch, and headbutt anyone.
Yes.
Right. It's lovely seeing you again.
Lovely. Bye. Stay safe.
She walks out the door, with a smile on her face, and you see the candles. It brings you memories, but you try to think of the fun ones, at least.
I feel a lot more reassured after having the candles in my possession. At least.
Good. You do know that on the 10th, you know that the play is to happen again. The Dreamless Mortality play. You would have to call in to make sure that you have that day free for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Audition.
I'll tell them to find another zombie. They don't need me anymore. Find another dead person.
So it's a bit of a back and forth. Contacting them and trying to get someone else, or even just doing what. But eventually, you do manage to get the day off so that you can get to work.
I have a question. Did I get a script from Marie, or am I just going in?
You would gather that after she left and looking into the letter that she sent.
Okay.
All of the information will be provided. Most of the information will be provided upon the audition itself. But you do get a snippet of a script that you can follow through with.
Okay. Okay.
So, in the end of the day, John, you see that the old individual, after Tony leaves the speakeasy and they start closing down, the old individual does not seem to leave. He is closing the doors and seems to be setting himself up to stay for the rest of the night, as he's kicking everyone else out.
So what he knows from Tony's description is that Richard is like a major figure in the underworld of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Does the way this guy's acting, like closing up a bar, does that strike him as odd? As in, this is like a menial task that crime boss is unlikely to be doing?
You could definitely make the assumption that it's both in the way that he presents himself, not being very tidied, and wearing relatively well-looking clothes, but not taking care of them or himself as a whole. He does seem to be a little bit low on your list of what you would expect a big shot of the underground to look like and act like.
Okay. I think he's going to just stick around outside this building for a few, at least an hour after it closes, to see if anything else happens, anybody else appears, and if not, he's going to leave, head back to his digs.
All right. It takes about an hour extra, an hour and a half of waiting, and you see the doors opening again, and you see the old individual is letting the door open for a taller individual, relatively muscular but hidden behind a very tight-fit suit and he has a cigar in his mouth that he takes off, talks a bit with the old individual, and gives him farewell as he starts walking away.
The old guy is leaving, and the
No,
big guy.
the big guy is leaving. The old guy is closing up shop, and he's staying inside still.
I see. Did the way they interacted, did it look like the old guy was kind of differential?
Very much felt like, honestly, let me see, what's your, do you even have it here? No. Give me a psychology check. Very good. You can easily tell that the mannerism between the two, it's, at first you thought it was a, just underling, just someone that the bigger feller hired to work there. But the more it goes on for, it more feels like almost like a slave situation. He's looking down to the floor. He's very sheepish when talking to this large individual, and seems to be very careful about what he says, and never looks him in the eye.
Okay. I'm going to try and follow that larger individual at a distance. Is he walking or is he driving?
He walks up to a car, and that's when he starts driving off. He grabs a completely new cigar, opens it, cuts the tip of it, lights it, and then starts driving.
Try and tail that car and use his preycraft to try and remain unseen.
All right, give me a roll.
Ooh, for
Let's call this both a drive auto mixed with a stealth. Very nice. Double nice. Perfect. You tail the guy without a problem. You do not suspect that he saw you at any point at all. He seems to be driving with relative purpose, and he stops about half an hour of driving away, and seems to be in front of a relatively big house. Closes the door and starts walking inside.
just drive past, memorize the address, but don't stop, and that's it for this evening. Just drive away.
All right, perfect. So, is there anything that the rest of you would like to do for the next 3 days?
Gamble.
Gamble. Oh yeah, let me give a gamble roll for you. All right, give me a luck check. We're not gonna go through the whole 3 ones.
Just-
We're gonna
just
go with
singular.
just luck, general luck for your overall winnings. Damn. Okay. Nice.
Gamble.
Okay. All right. Whew.
Okay.
Okay, that will be. Let me roll real quick. Yeah. Fuck. Nice. Very nice. $57. As people have started to get a little bit more wary of you and your luck and your
I'm too
expertise around the
good.
table. They are being very careful with the amount of money that they throw at a table with you.
Built different.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the next few days?
I just want to practice for the audition.
Very nice.
Just, follow a little bit here, follow a little bit there. take a punch here, take a punch there. The casual.
Go on.
I think Elsie would probably occasionally meet up with Shep and just talk about work. Is there any like common interests, like where my work is crossing over with what she's currently, what he is currently investigating?
Well, he did come to you with the investigation at the beginning, and the two of you can talk. And Shep can bring up his concerns and ideas and theories to you, and the two of you can essentially make a roll yourself to figure some things out.
Well,
if Shep will share.
I was gonna go and do a nightly stroll through block 72, 73, 82, 83, 84, 94.
Very nice.
So I can ask Elsie to come along.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd do that.
We can just walk through where the kidnappings happen. Just like walk around, see if we see anything suspicious or anything light based. Something.
Use my knowledge
would you
of
like this
dead
to happen on
things
the-
to aid.
Hell yes.
Would you like this to happen on the 7th or the 8th? Trolling, or both?
That sounds like a trick question. Like you're gonna throw a kraken at me or something.
If you choose the 7th, you get a Kraken. If you choose the 8th, you just get a guy.
You get a dollar.
a dollar.
Get
A dollar. All right.
Yeah.
How about I fuck your mom? How about both? Can we do both? Like split it up?
Could
Yeah.
possibly. It will be a little bit difficult with jobs and having to be at work, but you could. So let's have both of you roll some spot hiddens for me.
You can.
I'm so good at this. I don't think I've managed a single roll.
Oh, nice.
All right. And
At least I succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the two of you are discussing the case as you're walking. Elsie, if you would give me a library use,
Yes, please.
or library use or spot hidden again, either one.
No. Always library, baby. Always.
Oh, I am.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Shep
No.
always, of course, has the case with the files in case you need the referencing of specific things. Copies of the files, that is, and you would present it to Elsie, which would give her a little bit of a overview of the strangeness of the birth between those two. And out of all of the victims that have been kidnapped, these two are the only ones that are that close in age. And it definitely gives you a sense, Elsie, a little bit more towards the idea of adoption.
Ew.
You know that a few people like to keep that under wraps, and it's been known that people have not filled out the documentations in efforts to just completely pretend like the child is part of their actual family tree. It's definitely giving you those kinds of vibes through the library use and going through the files. It makes a lot of sense.
Can detective be with us? Because we're walking outside.
Oh yeah, detective is
Absolutely.
right there with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
My good boy.
Through the spot hidden, and walking around town, there isn't too much that piques your interest. It's everything's relatively calm. People are going into their houses, and it's very eerie, but calm nonetheless. The days go by, and there doesn't seem to be anything in particular. On the 8th, however, oh sorry, not the 8th, on the 9th, Shep, you get a call
Okay.
at your home. The call is at around 1 p.m. And it's your boss talking to you about your particular case, and they said that 2 bodies have been found.
Oh, where, sir?
Bodies were found near the river. Let me look in the map here. For those of you that have the map still, the body is around 78 to the southeast of Indianapolis, and it's by the river. They were found floating and then washed ashore.
Okay, and how long have they been in the water? Do we know, or are they on the way to the morgue?
That is what
How about
you
that?
are.
Find out.
Yeah, that's what you guys are there for.
Yeah.
So you're called into the scene, and you recognize these 2 bodies specifically to be the one that is adopted. You do your particular investigation because the area needs to be cleaned up for the forensics. Give me a what check? What check do I? There's
Doesn't matter, I'm gonna fail anyway.
Can give me
Fuck it up.
a medicine or biology or forensics.
My medicine's better. How bad can it be?
Ooh,
Damn.
very nice. Okay. Upon further inspection, seeing this, the 2 bodies, relatively young, of course, as you've known, 116 and 117. You see that they've been strangely mangled together. The adopted one has had his mouth, the bottom jaw, broken and slacking open in a way that makes it so that the sides of his mouth are stretched, and you only see the ligaments of the muscle tissue that is keeping it together. The smell of the water, the salt water mixing in with the dirt and the flies around the decay really puts you off, as you see both of them are put together in a strange composition. The adopted kid's arm is penetrating through the chest of the other, and it seems like it was stitched together. And out of the mouth of the other child, there's a lot of black ichor coming out of it. You're unsure what it is, what it's made of. It just looks like a tar-like substance that is
Do I
slowly solidifying. Yes?
Am I on the scene?
You could be called to the scene by Shep. Yes.
I'm gonna take like a small sample of this ichor first
Okay.
before
Yeah,
it like
exactly the same. thing,
spills
then.
out, and then I'm gonna tell some guy who's there, some police officer or something, to call Elsie over to get Elsie here, because bodies need to be.
After not a long time, she arrives.
Elsie's like carrying like a case full of like basic field equipment, and she's looking at anyone who's close to the body and giving them like a glare, like, don't touch my evidence. This is mine. batting hands away. What is the? You said the goo-like substance was hardening.
Yeah.
What is its condition by the time I arrive?
It's still relatively liquid, but it is slowly hardening.
Yeah, I'd like to take some clean vial samples. I know Shep took some, but I want to use my own equipment as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I get like an idea of cause of death just looking at the scene, or is this mangled and raw?
It's very, very difficult to tell. These are. It's a gruesome scene, and you can't tell if they were kept alive in some way, shape, or form, or until these specific things were done to them, or if these were done to them while they were already dead. It's difficult to tell on the scene.
On the scene. Okay. You said that they were children. How old again?
16 and 17.
Okay. That's close. That's close to home. Okay. Yeah. Elsie's gonna take her basic kind of swabs of stuff that she won't be able to do once the bodies are moved, and then get fins rolling, get the bodies packed up for transport.
Okay. Very good. It doesn't take too long. And you gather all of the things that you need. The rest of the police will take care of it from here after you've done most of your forensics work. And after they are done, then they will pack up the bodies and send it to the morgue.
Can I assume that there's like a chief of the scene. I'd like to request. I assume that they took photographic evidence.
That would be Shep.
That'd be Shep.
Yeah. Shep.
Yeah. I'd ask for any pictures to be copied so that I could have them while I'm at the morgue as well. It might help.
Alright. You gather all of the things that you need, and the two of you may go back to the morgue and pile this in and start trying to figure out where it's coming from. Could be in the 9th. This is the day, John, that you heard that the new friends from overseas, fisherman, is coming. Friends from the boss.
Yeah, so there was something he would have tried to do, like on one of the preceding days, which is he doesn't, I guess, know whether the meeting will be at the speakeasy or at the house. So he wants to kind of scout out the house. So he would wait for Richard to drive away one morning, and then he would. Is it like a house set back in grounds, or is it just on the street?
It's just on the street.
Okay. He's just going to do a circuit of it, see what's around, look at points of entry. If he needed to get in there unnoticed, how would he do it?
There are ways. Give me a. I'd say because you're scouting, you don't necessarily need to roll, because you can just take some time and scout out the outside. There are some ways to skulk about. It's a little bit difficult, but there are some alleyways next to it, and you can also get to the back of it. What exactly are you trying to get to?
He wants to have a plan so that if the meeting with the fisherman appears to be happening inside this house, how would he sneak into the house or find a way to observe that meeting? So it's like, is there a back door that might be a way he could sneak in? Are there windows that aren't very well secured at the back that he might be able to get through? That kind of thing.
I think, yeah, without rolling, you can definitely see that there are certain points of entrances that you can make easy work of if you were to need. There are two windows at the back. The back door is not at the back itself; it's to the side at the back. And yeah, those would be your best bet to enter the house. One of the windows is a little bit higher than the other, so probably the one that is further to the right than the one that is on the left, as it is quite high. But you would also assume that the one that is quite high is also more likely to be unlatched than the one that is closer to the ground.
Sorry, so the one that's higher up is more likely to be unlatched.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see it open for most of the day, different to the one that is closer to the ground.
Okay. So other than that, he wouldn't do anything before the 9th, and then on the 9th, I think he would do his best to follow Richard the whole day.
All right. As the 9th comes, you do see that Richard goes back to the speakeasy. He goes straight from his house to the speakeasy and nowhere else.
Sorry, Jay, I need to just step away just for 2 minutes. Something's just happened here. I'll be right back. Sorry for the timing.
Right.
Okay.
I'll go to Elsie. Elsie and Shep in the morgue, entering through the front door. You see Caleb at the front, as he is putting out some last-minute reports, and he sees the two of you. And the bodies just came in. I believe the two of you are to inspect them, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm clogging in for the day. Oh, out. All right, you take over.
Sounds like you need it.
Back. Sorry?
Sounds like you need it.
It's a stressful day. That was a gruesome sight. I don't want to be the one to deal with. Yeah, no. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Pats you on the shoulder. Walks out the door. The body's left inside. And you know that the boss is at the back in his office. Probably doing some file work. So, the two of you want to get to work. All right. So, I would say either one of you does it with advantage, or both of you roll individually.
You can have
those.
advantage.
What's the roll?
Give me some. Where is it? Science. There it is. Give me a biology check.
Mine's high. Yeah. What are you? Shep,
one?
Want to roll, or am I taking advantage?
You take advantage.
Okie dokie. Can I roll with advantage from the finny?
Yeah, you do the +1.
The +1.
Okay. Slide it to +1 and then roll. Very nice. 17.
Can't see it yet. Okay.
It was 17. There you go. Yes.
I see it.
Through a bit further investigation of the bodies, you find some burn marks in strange places. Seem to be very, very strong burn marks. And one particular burn mark that you find is separated from the rest, and it seems to be burning stronger than the others. Seem to have been a stronger source. It's a strange semicircle form. It's kind of like this. Hold on. Let me grab the image here for you.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
It's burned with a strange intent as it is burned on both of the bodies. And it takes some time to cut around the edge of the arm that is pierced through the chest to finally pull it out. But you do see that they were kept alive for a really long time. But it was indeed the process of the stitching and piercing that killed this one, and the other one has died in strange ways. You're not sure. You can't determine exactly yet. It's really strange because it doesn't seem to have any form of bruises other than nothing that would be deadly, we can say. I'd say that's about everything that you discover from that. The ichor itself, the black liquid, it just seems to be a jumble of filth. You get a bunch of different things from it. It's a mixture of the sea itself, the river water. There's dirt mixed in. There's the stench that it exudes is very unbearable. But it does not seem to be anything in particular. A bunch of soil and decay and dirt. It's just a very strange coloring for such things.
Okay.
Has there been any places where this has been seen as well, like in the water, or?
Only around the place where they were found, but as it was dripping off of his mouth. That's not as much as you found.
Can I find traces in like the lungs, or like where is this? Is it just in the mouth? It doesn't really seem to have a reason for being there.
You would find that the lungs would have been blackened in a way. You don't believe that would be a cause for it, but it's very strange. This is like lung cancer level of blackened and destroyed for a 17-year-old? A 16-year-old.
17 and 16.
Yeah, the 16-year-old is the one oozing black ichor.
Oh, it's not both of them?
No, it's just one.
Okay. And this doesn't appear to be cause of death?
It appears to be something that would cause death, but you assume that they died a bit too far back for you to determine whether this was the thing that killed them or if this was a side effect of them being dead. And something that just slowly happened through the decay, however weird it may be.
Okay, but despite being in the river for a long time, do they have anything under their nails suggesting they put up a fight or any bruising on their knuckles or anything?
You do see a lot of bruising in terms of they definitely were restrained at certain points. You can definitely confirm the kidnapping aspect of it through those tells.
Okay, so they appear to have been tortured. One of the kids has this black issues. The other one, I'm assuming it's almost like they're in similar states, but with the black ooze being the distinct difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to determine cause of death, or just torture and them being young?
It is very difficult. You rolled really well, but it's
just high.
Very difficult because of how long ago it seems to have been. You would determine
to have been how long they've been dead.
You determine that they have been dead for about 2, maybe 3 days.
Okay. And how long have they been missing?
That would be a couple couple of months, I believe.
Months. Okay. Does that line up? Like, does the torture look like it's months long worth of torture? Can I see any wounds that look like they were partially healed and things like that?
It doesn't seem like there was much torture per se. It was more just what you can ascertain from it is that they definitely spent. They were forceful with the way that they pushed them around, I guess, but it doesn't seem like they were necessarily tortured with the intent of, with the intent of pain.
Signs of starvation?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'll relay the caseworthy important stuff to Shep and tell them when they died and how I'm having a hard time figuring out how because of the bodies being a couple days old and it just being a lot of mess of things that doesn't make sense.
Okay. I'm going to leave you to handle the rest of this, and I'm gonna try to find out if anyone can help me pinpoint where they were dumped in the river and how far downstream they got, or upstream they got dumped.
All right.
I'm gonna spend some time trying to figure out at least a logical explanation of how they died, or something that at least Elsie could assume to write for for her report.
Yeah.
Which will likely be starvation or something. Something that makes sense because obviously there's no like direct answer for her, and then she'll start to clean and do the process of making the bodies presentable, shit like that, so that the parents can do the like the confirmation of who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to John, as you tail behind who you assume to be Richard, or at least someone of importance in the speakeasy, you see him go inside of the speakeasy, and do you intend on going in, or what is the
No, I
plan?
don't think so. He has a rough description of who he thinks the fisherman might be. So he is watching to see if someone meeting that description arrives to go in for a meeting with Richard.
Right.
And if not, then he'll follow him back to his home tonight and probably sleep outside, see if the meeting happens at the house.
You sailing outside and just watching for a bit. The night goes on as you see many different individuals, more than you did in the previous day of sitting outside and waiting. In particular, you see a tall, relatively tall individual with a black trench coat, and he is wearing a relatively small white hat. He's walking next to a old lady. She's very, very small in comparison even to this behemoth of a person. And she is adorned in all sorts of beautiful, ornate jewelry and very well dressed overall. And the both of them enter the speakeasy. Very, very noticeable individuals. And after a few more minutes, you see an individual walking down the street. Give me a spot hidden. Ooh. If you would like to push that roll and do something to lighten up the area, as it is dark. So there are things that you can do to try and push the roll.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't want to give his position away, so he's not going to turn the lights on or anything of the car. So I'm not sure he really could. I think he can't really, not without risking giving his position away, and he definitely doesn't want to do that. So I think he wouldn't do that.
Well, then the individual that you see entering is cloaked, and at the very least, you do notice that it's someone that is trying to keep a low profile. You can't really confirm if that is the person that you're looking for, and if that is the fisherman that they are talking about. But he's probably been the shadiest individual to enter that you have seen so far.
Okay, well, given that it's the date that he was told the meeting was going to happen on, he will get out of his car and walk into the. So the upstairs, the ground floor part of this building is public. You can just go in there and it's a bar or something. Okay, so he's going to walk in there and see if he can see where that individual goes and get a closer look at him in the lights of the building.
All right. Around this time that Tony arrives once more.
Hey. What's good?
As you enter through the building, you see you're very focused on this individual, but Tony, you noticed John. What you see the individual do so far is he sits down for a little bit, looks around, he signals the waiter to come in. He whispers in the waiter's ear. The waiter walks out and goes into the back door, down the steps. A couple minutes go by. He comes back with old mutts, as Tony knows. And that is about the moment that Tony walks in, and Tony notices John looking at this guy who's looking at old mutts.
Do I get, now that he's in the room lights, do I get a better look at him? Can I?
You do get a better look at him. Give me another one, and you have advantage. Because he's trying to hide it, but he is not really paying attention to you.
Advantage is roll twice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just do a +1 on the roll.
Okay. No.
Just barely.
Could I spend some luck points? Is that how this works? So I will use 9 points of luck to pass that.
All right. You can click on it on the click on the roll itself, and there's a spend 9 luck to pass.
Oh, okay. I just do it.
I'll do it automatically.
Awesome.
On the chat, if you click on your actual number that you rolled, it'll expand. You scroll down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it.
There you go. All right. So, being further inside, you notice although he's trying to hide it under his hood, in the light it's very easy to notice his ears that are poking at the sides of the hood that he's wearing. Relatively large ones. Overall, you don't have a face description, but you have a hair description, and it does seem to match the individual that you are looking for.
Okay. I'll take a drink and sit at the bar and do my best to just watch him from a distance.
All right, Tony.
I walked in. I'm seeing the man that I definitely don't remember. I'm seeing Muntz. I'm seeing Richard. I'm just like, what the fucking shit is going on here?
You see old Mutt's going up, and he's on his way to talk to the individual.
Do I get much of a look at that individual?
You definitely get a look at him. You see the. Well, you are not really trying to hide yourself
No.
and trying to be discreet about it. Yes, you see the individual, you see his face, most of it that you can't see, but you don't recognize him because you never met him.
Understandable. Never met a man, I don't know who he is. Makes sense.
Did John give you the description of him? Would John have given him?
No, definitely not.
No.
Okay, then yeah, you do not recognize him.
So I know John's here. I know Richard's here. I know this. I mean, I might as well just keep.
You can't see Richard, but you know that he's probably downstairs.
Oh, gotcha. I assume the individual knows I am there as well.
Yeah.
Soon I just kind of waltzed in and was like, "Hello."
He's not really too bothered about everyone else. He's trying to keep it to himself.
Am I able to kind of like waltz over to John and be like, "Excuse me, why are you here? What are you doing? This is a private affair. Don't think anyone's invited you. I'm gonna be real."
Sit down and shut your mouth, will you? I'm just here having a drink. Don't stop drawing attention to us.
I'm just saying. Pretty sure you're not on the list. Just saying. Saying it to be mean. You know. Someone sees you. I'm just saying.
Look, you talk a lot. Do you know that?
How I cope.
That fella over there. You seen him around here before? And he indicates the person with the hat that came in.
I don't believe so. He looks new to me. Is he on the list?
Listen,
I hope he's on the list.
if they go downstairs, can you get me in?
I mean, maybe. I can't promise. You know, I'm just kind of allowed. I've never really brought anyone down there or invited anyone or recommended anyone. And maybe if I'm lucky, maybe. But what's in it for me?
There's cash in it for you if you do it.
How much?
Same again.
Goddamn. I there's a lot of money, ain't gonna lie. Consider yourself potentially invited. Potentially. Don't get your hopes up.
Money's only if potentially becomes certainty. You understand?
Understand you as loud and clear. Now let me go. Let me stare at these fellas unconspicuously for the next 10 minutes.
It takes about a single minute for old Mutz to finish talking to him and beckon him inside. Let me roll a spot hidden for old Mutz. 13, holy shit.
Oh,
My guy's old, but he's not stupid. He definitely spots you as he is urging this individual in, and what kind of vibe are you throwing his way?
What, me?
Yeah, Tony.
I'm just chilling, watching, got that the same smile on my face, just kind of vibing. I ain't trying to hide myself or anything. I'm just I'm just kind of there watching.
Okay, good. And John, you're probably trying to avert your eyes.
Yeah, he's just playing the part of someone who is just coming for a drink. It's a public bar. He's not calling attention to himself and trying not to make it obvious that he's paying a lot of attention to this guy who's just gone downstairs.
All right. He brings him in and he stops at the door to the back rooms and into the stairs. And he looks beckons to one of the waiters to just urge him in and guide him. But then he stops and goes back into the center of the room and walks towards the both of you. And
Tony.
What?
Lovely to see you as always.
My man.
Who's this fella? I haven't seen you around here.
This guy? Yeah, he just kind of walked in, I think. He was just having a drink.
Name's Carlton, John Carlton. He hold his hand out to shake this guy's hand.
he shakes it. It's very frail. My guy really needs to eat a little bit more. He is as decrepit as they come.
Yes, okay. Well, it's... Everybody is downstairs. It's a little bit of a important meeting going on, but it's in a separate room, so if you'd like to enter, it's not a problem. Don't need to test your luck once more, as you usually do.
And that's when he realizes that he was talking out loud in front of a stranger.
More slip of the tongue, eh, Mats?
Listen, I get excited seeing you, okay? You're a good man, good friend.
Tell you what, I'll let this slide if you do me a favor. Will you do that for me?
What do you want?
Let my friend John hear it downstairs. That's it.
It just seems like more...
Give me a... Oh, go on.
He just, when that's that break in the conversation, he's just, look, I've heard good things about this place, and I fancy me hand at the gaming tables downstairs. It's just one visit, right? Can't do any harm.
I will say the both of you, because he's helping individual. You can roll me a charm or persuade. Either one of you with advantage, or each one of you separately.
My highest thing is persuade with 49. What's yours?
Very similar, 50 with charm.
We can either go separate, or I can give you advantage because you've got that one high number.
More or less the same, innit? But yeah, should we do one each, shall we?
All right, one each.
Well, let's see how we go.
Very nice.
Oh,
Well, that's nice.
He's not so sure about John and his demeanor, but he looks back at your face just...
Fine. Listen, the boss can't... He doesn't need to know about it, and we can have a few games, and as long as you have money,
He looks at John.
if you've got money to spend, then everything is fine. Just don't
trust
talk
me.
to anyone.
This guy here's
about this
got
place.
plenty of money.
There's a twinkle in his eyes. Just,
Very well, okay. Let's go in then. No telling the boss. Come.
He did this thing where he'll hold his hand out to shake Monty's hand again. Thanks, you're a very civil chap, and he palms him like a $20 bill as he shakes his hand.
Ooh. Okay, drug money. Let's go. Okay. Old Monsters has got some money now. Great. All right. He looks ecstatic at it and just...
Yes, of course. Come. It's gonna be a lovely night. Just do not disturb the boss. or his friends, and we should be fine. There are a few tables.
Leads you downstairs and down into the very familiar visage to you, Tony, and very new to you, John, of the slight mustiness in the air, but nonetheless a pleasant looking place. Some smoke is also in the air. It's a little choky in here. But you find your ways to a remote side of the room. And as you get downstairs, you do see that individual that you were tailing just walk inside of a separate room and close the door behind him.
All right, you guys can play some games and get some money. Just pretend. I'm gonna pretend like you don't exist. Make money or give money, whatever. Just play the games. I'm gonna get you guys some drinks.
Thank you very much, Mutz.
Yeah, okay.
He gets out, goes to the bar, starts making some drinks. Is there anything that you like to do while you wait, other than
In
play?
full capitals at 72 icon size. Gamble!
Perfect. John?
Find the closest place to the door that they went through, like a gaming table or where people are gathered. Some reason he might sensibly put himself that's close to that door.
Well, actually, but before I actually even do anything, I am going to nudge John slightly and go like, I believe you own me?
Right. Fair dues, pal. Here you go. And he gives him another kind of what was it he paid him last time? 200, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, 200 you gave me last time. Swimming.
Yeah, no, he gives him the money and says, "Go on then, have some fun."
Pleasure doing business with yous.
Aye, that's becoming habit, isn't it? And then he moves and then just walks away and finds a place at the bar or a place to stand with a drink or something that's as close as he could be really to the door leading to that room, and he's just going to see if it's possible to see anything through a window or overhear anything that's going on inside.
All right. Looking about the room, to begin with, you do see that old lady that you saw enter a while ago with the tall individual. Let me grab a description. The tall individual seems to have a graying hair receding at the edges. He's relatively built. He's got some piercing blue eyes, and his skin tone is not very great. Seems like he doesn't spend a lot of time in the sunlight. But he does seem to be smiling and just looking about the place in a very cheerful manner as he stands almost like a sentry next to this. I'm going to let this be an intelligence check. John.
Sorry, Jay, the audio broke up for a little bit. I don't know if I answered.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence check.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Although you did not pay too much attention, it was relatively difficult to miss the let me replay this. It was very difficult to miss all of the talks about this particular thing around town because it's become quite famous in the premiere of the play that you just went to assist with and worked at. The old lady, now getting a better look at her, you recognize her face as she was in one of the posters of the theater. she is actually the person that wrote the screenplay of The Dreamless Mortality. See, very strange to see someone that you wouldn't understand why she would have any dealings with people such as these, but you definitely recognize her from that. Just a little bit of a information that came from deepest depths of your mind, from things that you weren't even paying too much attention to. And she is talking and seems to be making business with people around.
So she.
Go on.
Sorry. So she's in the private part of the speakeasy. The taller guy with the pale skin seems to be protective, like a guard of some kind.
Yeah.
And are they involved in this meeting with the German guy, or is this a separate thing?
It seems like when you first entered this, the speakeasy itself, you aren't sure if they had been in the meeting and left or not. You just seen her outside, but considering this is a big day, there are assumptions that could be made that she is a part of it, considering how important of an individual she seems to be. But speculation.
Okay.
Other than that, around the area there's not much going on other than the expected. A lot of gambling, a lot of playing games. And now and again, a person would go in and out of the back room where the meeting is happening, and Olmats himself would also go in and out of the back room. And it stays like this for a while.
Yeah, he's just going to drink enough and just gamble enough that he blends in. But he's mainly just paying attention to who's going in and out of that room, and if he can sense anything that's happening inside it.
All right. About 2-3 hours can go by. Depends on how long you want to wait for. But eventually, they do come out one by one. And the tall, muscled individual that you followed all the way here and all the way to his home steps out and starts making his way towards the old lady and striking up a conversation. He is relatively loud overall, so it's kind of difficult not to hear him, even through all of the people. And it just seems like they're making conversation, doesn't seem like this is the first time that they're meeting. It does definitely seem like they've met each other before and have had dealings. Give me a listen check.
Yeah, these always go well. Yeah.
Oof. You don't catch most of it, but the few that you do catch is something to do with men and help. Giving aid. But like the in-betweens are very lost in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah, okay. And does he...
Oh.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, continuing. Go on.
As he's saying those words, because I think I would have a sense for what they were talking about, does he look like he is kind of nodding and it's affirmative and, yes, this is something we're involved in, or is he shaking his head and he's dismissive? How is he... What's his body language?
It does seem like he's very... he's positively reacting to it, as if they are in a certain form of agreement.
Okay.
After the individual that you were tailing finally steps out, he seems pleased and does not seem to have much else going on with him, so he's actually leaving, like straight out of the door, and is probably going to make his way out.
I'll try and follow him.
All right. follow him up, out the door, out of the speakeasy, and out of the bar itself.
Man,
And
didn't
out
even get a
to
single
the
game,
streets.
John. That
Yeah, that was a shame.
That is a damn tootin' shame.
He does seem to be going on his own way. Do you wish to follow him all the way home?
Yes, I do.
Okay. As you follow him, he does seem to be walking, but you don't know how far he's walking. Would you like to take the car or just walk with him?
No, walk with him because, following someone slowly behind him in the car is a bit obvious. So
Alright.
try and follow him in the crowd.
It takes about 15-ish minutes that he starts to weaving between alleys. Give me a stealth check. Oof.
Oh, fuck.
Can he push that using his spycraft?
Well, explain to me. What are you doing to the different?
So what's the environment? Where actually are we as we're doing this?
Middle of the street. It's about 10-ish p.m. So it's relatively dark, but there's various different lights coming from houses and shops that are just now closing up. He seems to be just walking on the sidewalk and closes into an alley. There aren't many ways for you to go, but there are places for you to hide behind, of course, if he turns around or if he ends up suspecting anything. There are various different things that you can hide behind. Or across the street as well.
Yeah, so I think the way he tries to push this is, as he kind of he notices this guy kind of half turn in front of him, and some of these shops are still open and they're closing up. He just pushes inside one of them, and disappears inside the shop briefly.
Push it. Oh boy. Boy. As you're about to make this maneuver, the shop that you choose, there's this relatively big individual, thick, one could say. He's a unit of a man, seems to be some sort of a butcher shop, and the moment that you move to step inside, he just completely blocks the entrance. Oi, oi. We're closing, man. And you just smack headfirst into his stomach and fall back on your ass, not really expecting. And that's the moment that the guy looks back. He looks at you, and there's, a little bit of suspicion in his eyes. His eyes widen, and he's bolting.
I'm chasing him.
All right. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is, what is your movement speed?
It's a great question. Where do I find that? Move is 8. Is that movement speed?
Yeah, move
Okay.
is 8. It's the same for him. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to need you to make a spot hidden check mixed with a constitution check for your running. Or a constitution or dexterity.
Okay. So spot hidden. And dexterity.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh. Wow, I sucked at that. Okay, as you are trying to spot him, it's very difficult. He dodges into an alley and it gets even darker than it was before. He's already way far ahead of you because you had to get up from the ground and can start the chase. You continue to dodge between, there's many boxes around the alley. You dodge back and forth with your dexterity, but you lose track of him for a minute. You continue on down the alley, and it turns left. Turn left. And then there's a cross section. That's when you lost him. You look left and right. You see with the corner of your eye, just the back of his foot ducking into another alley. You run. And you continue going and going and going. I'm gonna need another dexterity check. Oh. Fuck. Okay, you are catching up to him very easily now. You see him bumping into things that he finds in the alley. You're definitely just dodging between back and forth. Are you trying to just tackle him?
He has orders for what he's supposed to do in this situation.
Yeah.
So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get close enough.
Alright. So if you're trying to get close enough to tackle, I'm gonna need a strength check.
Well, no, he's not. He's not trying to.
Oh, you're not trying to.
Not trying to tackle him. No, his orders were pretty specific. What to do if this guy seemed to be successful in his dealings.
Alright, then what are you doing?
He's trying to get close enough to him, and then he's going to shoot him in the back.
Whew. Okay, for that, because of how much the alleys go for, it's very difficult to get a clear shot before he ducks into an alley, so I'm gonna need another dexterity. Oh,
Oof.
that's a 42 on my end. He is ducking back and forth. You got close enough, but you can't seem to get a shot. The alleys are getting shorter and shorter. You're not sure where it is that he's leading you, but he seems to know this area a little bit too well. It's about 2-3 minutes of running that the two of you have gone to. It's getting more and more tiring. And you start hearing some noises next to you. Just shuffling and then footsteps.
Can you see where these noises are coming from?
Give me a spot hidden. Oh boy. Oh, finally. Okay. You hear the noises and you see that these you've gotten into some alleys where these are just fences. They're relatively tall, but you can hear from the other side there are some more footsteps. They seem to be trying to keep up with you. And the individual that you're chasing is starting to slow down, and he's pulling something from inside of his jacket.
I'm gonna dive into. Is there another way to go? Another like side alley, somewhere that leads away?
Yeah, there's one about 10 feet in front. You can dive in to the left. He went to the right currently.
Yeah, dive into that alley, and I think at this point he is going to try to run away because he doesn't want to do anything if there is, what do you call it, witnesses. Yeah. So now he knows there are other people here. He's going to try and get away from this place.
Okay, the other ones are, give me a stealth check. The other ones are going to try and... It's pretty good. Ooh. You dodge into the alley, and there are a lot of different boxes, some carts even on the side that were just left and are there to rot. You dodge to the side as you see the individual pull out a gun from within the jacket, and you hear the the cocking of the gun, and he's taking a shot. '86 goes wide. You can continue on running. Your stealth check was good enough so that the other individuals seem to have lost you because they were on the other side of the fences. But you can continue on running away.
He'll run like for a minute or two, and then he will, when there's a dumpster or something like that at the side of the alley, he's going to stop there, draw his own gun, and aim it back down the alley, and just wait a few seconds to see if this guy seems to be following after him.
He seems to have stood his ground, and he's not walking towards you. Give me another stealth check. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, definitely don't see you. This moment that he finally loses you. And you take a bit of a deep breath. You're unsure how far away he is. But you barely escaped as he was getting ready to get another shot in. You ducked into another alley. Now I'm assuming you're trying to stay low and walk away from the scene as fast as you can, but not trying to drag too much attention to yourself.
Yeah, he doesn't want to confront him right now because there are obviously other people there, and that's not what he would do. So yeah, he's trying to blend back into the crowd on the streets, whoever's on the streets, and try and kind of walk away from this place.
All right. After this, it is relatively easy for you to lose them. But one thing that you did notice, because you did roll a 23 on your spot hidden check from the other side of the fences, you saw a little bit of a light shining through. And it reminded you of the theater. At the very end, after you lost them, you could see them looking around, and you saw a bit of a light come up to the individual that you've been following, what you assume to be the German individual.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you decided to take your leave. Otherwise, it would have been too risky. But you definitely saw a familiar bit of pale light shining on the ground.
Oh, who the hell is he in cahoots with? Okay.
You slowly make your way home, trying to make sure that no one follows you. And we'll end tonight's session here because she has to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we'll end with the bit of the chase. And I am hoping that this will be one more session, but it could be two. We'll plan out the next one. Thank you guys for the beginning of this investigation. I appreciate you guys for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
We investigated and it led to an investigation.
Oh, not the guns.
Guns?
Guns?
Firearms?
Awesome.
Ghosts.
Wow.
Roasts?
Jeez.
I was trying to find a place to end it like half an hour ago.
Oh, naturally. Yeah, I
But,
said as much.
the
I was
blunder
like
there.
looking at the time.
The blunder therefore was a perfect opportunity for it having a little bit of a chase in, then ending it right.
That's good.
A classic cliffhanger ending.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Great.
It was good shenanigans.
Thank you, Jet, for hanging around.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jet.
and thank you for the follows, Gil and Wickwoman. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, Andrea. Hi.
Andrea, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, hell yeah.
That's
Okay, I
great.
gotta go run. I'll see you guys
Yep.
next time.
Go, 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 go. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Good night,
Sleep.
Jay.
Bye.
Bye, bro.
Imagine sleeping.
Ooh,
Oh,
imagine.
dude, I gotta be up in 4 hours.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
I am running
why the
on
fuck are you getting up
3,
at
4 hours
3
sleep.
a.m.?
Come on, baby.
Oh my god.
Why the fuck are you gonna
By the
come
way,
again?
Piple,
Okay.
amazing. You did so good.
Oh, you
And I feel like-
crushed it.
I don't know. I feel like now I understand more what I need to do in the thing I would improve on next time is like I didn't understand what the rest time was for. I think next time I have a few ideas I noted down on what to actually progress the investigation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, of course. No, you did
My one
absolutely
downside is that
fucking
I don't have
amazing.
any exterior
Yeah, your
motives except
initiative
for
was
money.
Great. No, you did good. Oh, dude, even you were fucking fantastic. Your roleplay skills have never in my entire life disappointed me, Ruby. Oh, mwah.
Nothing
So
can
again, I
ever
knew
get
you'd
past
win, man.
like a Tony.
Damn right.
And this voice is so nice. It's so nice to do a Tony voice because it does not strain
It
my
is.
Tony's a
my
little
vocals
rat,
at
but
all.
you know the type of rat you want to keep and kind of pet by your side.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna keep that one in the book. Tony would love that.
It's Ratatouille. Oh my god, Tony is Ratatouille.
Hold the phone. You're in the goddamn box.
I was really,
God.
really wondering what voice to give Mary if she's mute. Does she sign in French accent? Do I give her a French accent? So I was like going back and forth, but never really fully committing. But I think next time I'm gonna try and commit to a French accent.
You got this.
Commit it.
If
you really need
to commit to a French accent, I have got one myself that
works
alright.
I mean, I guess you could make it that she's. I don't know. She doesn't have to have an accent per se because she was born mute, right? So would she
Yeah.
even have an accent? That's a
Yeah.
real question.
It's very strange.
That is
But if she
full
does have
dilemma.
a French accent, we could, all of us, insult you.
You're right. I think it's decided then. Good.
Mm,
I really
yeah,
loved
great.
all of the RP here was great. Everybody, this is indeed the Avengers. Oh, you weren't kidding. Look at
I brought you asked for the Avengers, honey.
that.
I brought them.
I am an Avenger. That's
Damn right you
Suffering
are. but
from
you
crippling
were my
death.
first
He's
choice.
lucky.
I didn't even know I was choosing characters. You were the first person I recommended for this. You're the money, man. You're the money.
it's all about the money. You just go from your regulars and you're going, hey, look at that, it's the speakeasy and it's the
How much money did
speakeasy
you
with
make
the
this one
poker
session?
table. Oh
Too
my
much is
God.
the
Oh
answer.
my god,
How
he
much
made
money I
so
gave you.
much money.
Too much money.
I made, I've got it written down because I know it. I
Holy
made
dude.
$692
Cheap.
What?
Whoa!
because I made 400 thanks to John
To
just
John,
paying
yeah.
me, and then I made 392 straight on gambling.
Very nice.
So yeah, I am
Wow,
sitting on
man.
It's
$692,
profitable.
which
The money.
I mean,
was
especially when
not
you're
a
rolling the
light
kind of luck I'm
nickname.
rolling.
It was beautiful.
There is a reason that I'm called Tony Money.
Tony Money Jenkins.
I unironically did try to just say that my surname was Money, but Jay wouldn't let me.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't remember not letting you. I just remember. Did I just assume
I
that it
very
was?
seriously gave you the second name of money, and,
Oh.
and then you didn't let me have it, so I had to get a second surname.
I genuinely thought you were like just they call me Tony Money.
I was gonna have that just be my actual name, just because it would have been a very funny coincidence that the man's last name is Tony.
I think it works the way it is though, because it's kind of a very it sounds like he gave himself that name. Like he's like, oh, I'm Tony Money, right? People call me that, but no one calls him that. And then he's incredibly lucky.
We did make a whole backstory as to why he's called Tony Money.
Oh, there's a backstory.
We did backstory into money.
Hopefully,
Support, how you doing?
you guys will figure it out. Support. Hi.
The boy.
This was absolutely great. It was definitely not as much as I thought it was going to be, which technically is also exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but I hoped.
Hey, what can I say?
I hoped, and we did not get to the part where I intended on ending, but it was like very close.
Honestly, take it.
Oh, it's great.
If you were worried about it, then take it, absolutely.
I can start the next session, and that's gonna be great.
It was a fantastic first session. Absolutely wonderful. Really tense. I wasn't expecting hot hammering in the first session, but there were multiple occasions. Like from the theater, you had me shitting myself.
The theater was wild, and I'm out here listening like, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah, right?
I spent a lot of time writing that play.
That was so good though. That could be a real play.
Really
I don't even know. That could be a real play for all of them.
I was wondering. I don't know how you guys felt about the back and forth, because I definitely know that there can be a little bit more adjusting. I'm trying to figure out how to go back and forth, because Call of Cthulhu is very different in the sense that the players, most of the time, they're not together. So it's split the party is not really a thing, because the party is always split most of the time for Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, so I was wondering how to like go back and forth between the players. I enjoyed it. It's a change in pace, and it does have a nice rhythm to it. But I need to figure out how much time to spend on each character a bit better. But I hope it
I
wasn't.
think you did well.
Yep.
We still had room to roleplay and contribute to the, aiding and the investigation and stuff. It was really cool.
Okay.
I feel good.
Any feedback? My DMs are open.
I am loving this, like the really interesting like murder investigation and like all of this like real like heinous shit going on this side with like some fucking real dead as fuck like 17, 16-year-olds. Money.
Money. Yeah, I'm loving the big switches between this like very mysterious John and these chase scenes and gambling, and then cutesy little dates that are ended up in harem like murder investigations, and it's just beautiful.
Good. Okay. Anxiety down now. It's
Yeah.
went from 80 to a 30. It's nice. It's good. What do you guys think of the background images? I did not go through all of the ones that I had. Like, for example, when you go back home, Warren, this is the one. Hold on. I had this ready, but I completely forgot to use it.
I'd be doing that all the time.
You would.
Mostly with music.
This was like the Spencer's house, the place that you hired to be in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I forgot to put this in the background. And when you went to the mortuary, I also have this one that I also forgot to put in the background. There's a lot going on.
Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
Oh, cool. No, I love them. I think they're really unique, especially with like the old tape look as well. Really cool.
And I also got this, which is more for keeping track. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I made
The peeling wallpapers are nice, dude.
Okay. Let me activate this. I got a calendar. So, actually, let me do this now while you guys are here.
You got it.
Oh.
You guys you got through Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, I don't like watching it tick off. That's making me really anxious.
Wednesday.
Persona 4 vibes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like running out of time.
Thursday. You guys are here at the night of the 9th.
Oh my god.
I have one for September in case it goes that long, but I don't think it will.
Oh.
Wake me
Okay.
up when September ends.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, you're a suspense master. Seriously, had me really scared.
Okay, good.
Really nice. Nice.
Good. I'm gonna be listening to this session tomorrow at work.
Yeah, of course. You'll hear audio cut out like 2 or 3 times, but I fixed it very, very quickly. So
Yeah, I heard you going in and out.
Yeah, we heard
Yeah.
we hear the bloop.
yeah, don't worry about the no one else hears the but you. You guys.
It's literally God dies for a few seconds and then comes back to life.
Literally half a second. It's so irritating, and I know what causes it now. The box. It's when I ever so slightly touch my equipment, and it puts people straight in the box. It's super annoying.
What's the box?
So yeah, if you listen back to any of my streams where I've had people on call, suddenly everyone on call sounds really quiet and distant. They sound like they're in a box.
Oh.
So I've called it the box.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really annoying, but it's fine. I know what it is now, and I am very quick at fixing it.
Okay.
But yeah, enjoy running that back. I have so many things I'm gonna talk to you about.
Wait, me?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. Alright. Perfect.
But thank you for a great session.
Thank you guys for playing in my make-believe world. It's makes me feel good inside.
It was a fun world. It existed and I didn't die, so therefore it was good.
Yes, you're welcome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna go get ready for work because I'm already late.
Yeah. I'm gonna pack like my last shit that I couldn't pack because of stream and then sleep for as much as I can.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh,
Sleep on the
Alright.
way there at least.
thank you, chat.
I don't want to miss my stop.
Yeah. Thank
Just
you,
don't
so-
sleep.
thank you everybody that came in.
Yeah, so nice to see new people. Really appreciate you guys following Jay here, and it's so wonderful to be a player live on Twitch. It's kind of crazy.
I'm on Twitch. Look at that.
I
Live
didn't
on
notice
Twitch.
any of you really, but it was nice knowing you were there, I think.
Alright, well, yeah. I'm gonna end stream. Thank you everyone for being here, for the follows, and for sticking by, even though I'm not talking to all of you. It's
Oh, that's
very,
fucking
very
dumb.
strange.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye,
Have a lovely
everyone.
night.
Bye
Later,
bye.
guys. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.